the only real reason I came back for the second video is because my first one I was like, oh, we're jumping to conclusions, and I was like, the week before I'd made some other unrelated retarded moves, and I didn't feel like I was like, well, the last thing I want to do is get on the wrong side of Medicare again, so I'll make a second video. I'll weigh in my thoughts, and I'll apologize for. Again, sounds weird to say, apologizing for asking for the benefit of the doubt, but here we are.
I mean, you really should at the start, but it's gotten to a point where it's not just someone just yelling that Kero's a zoophile or zoo sadist or whatever. Like there's mountains of evidence. Like, that I've made this comment in the group I'm a part of, but there's probably more evidence against Kero than perhaps any criminal case in human history, to be honest.
Okay, so for anyone who's joining us so far, I'm FNGR. I'm here with Steppius, as well as... How do you get the name right?
Aquinas Audax, that's how it's pronounced.
Aquinas Audax. He's the one responsible for Kero is Evil, proof that Kero the Wolf raped his dog. There's a link in the top of the description.
I'm also been heavily involved in the zoo sadist investigation outside of just that video, and have been in actual contact with the police.
I really did want to get a hold of, that works fine. I was hoping to get a hold of Mordecai or Venus as a bun at first. Why did he disappear? Why did he poof?
I think that's because you got all these retards on Twitter just basically yelling at him, calling him shit, sending death threats, to his family members as well, not just him.
No, that absolutely makes sense. The second video I saw that was the follow up to this, which I'm not looking to get into a fight with the individualist at this point. You saw the PK Russell video, and I just remember thinking, well, it was weird. It was really weird. There was like, okay, here's a bunch of information, and we're leaving, and I'm like, okay.
I mean, half of this shit was dead wrong. Like when he was talking about the when I first saw his video, when I saw the thing he did, like saying, it's Photoshop, look at all this artifacting. Like I was like, that's JPEG compression. Like that was my initial thought, and I actually went and created a crude Photoshop myself. And I was able to create like a thing in MS Paint with no artifacting at all. So that would make sense. And even then, if you got some crazy super conspiracist that comes up with that can create all these fake logs, you would expect them to be able to create a decent Photoshop. And besides, the Photoshop was irrelevant to begin with because you could just look at the logs and compare it. It's not like it really mattered at all.
Well, I do have one more person who wanted to come. 1 second. I'll be adding Blake Diamond in a minute. Bunk.
Yay!
Yeah.
Is there a link to the stream in the thing? Just so I can
no problem.
Send it to all the cool kids in the group.
Yeah, I was actually surprised when I did reach out to Cathorix. He's like, weren't you the same person who was giving me a shit time? And I was like, well, you have useful information, and I was on vacation. I was out, my sister was off getting married in a different state, and I was like, I was in, there was so many things I wanted to rip off of that, and I was like, I need a copy of that. And he's like, well, here you go. It's probably up on Kiwi Farms. So no, it's not, but I appreciate it. I was prepared to pay, and he didn't charge me, so that was really stayed up of him. I understand he has some other problems, but I wasn't, he did the right thing, and that's all that matters, I guess. In this situation.
I had a few interactions. Nothing major with Cathorix, but I got to say, I really do respect, him in this regards. I don't know about any history, but his. I said at the time that for the side that's been defending Kero, he's probably been the the most reasonable, of all, by far.
Well, if it were my real close friend and there were an ability to doubt, you'd try. If it was somebody,
absolutely. But and you can tell, like he says that he's been he spent like literal hours, or days would be more accurate, at trying to prove that these logs are fake, because that's what Kero said, and then obviously the logs are real, and Kero just ended up wasting a bunch of his time.
Yeah. Do you think is that you, Step, or
what?
Oh, I heard some popping or whatever.
Might be me.
Oh, okay, that's fine, Blake. Do you feel that he probably did? I mean, I'm glad that Cathorix asked all those questions, but do you feel he did more harm than good? when he's like, "Look, you have to come forward, or this is going to start all over again." I remember thinking to myself, "I'm glad you brought this up, but I think you just buried your friend." I think the fact that you had him come, when you had him.
I mean, it's kind of necessary because he was right. He's not going to come out of this unscarred, even if he was just even if it was just fantasies of zoophilia. Or...
No, I understand that too. Like I understand that publicly he's but I'm just like looking at it from a tactical standpoint, where I was like, if he probably would have just gone dead for like a month on like Twitter or whatever, it might have served him better in the long run. But yeah. I'm not saying. Well, I'm not rooting for Kero to get away with it, but I'm just like looking at it, going, "Damn, that Cathorix really did kind of sort of fuck him." Yeah, I'm doing Kira.
I mean, it was really necessary to get it out because, the conclusion he made with his initial video, talking to him about how it was all fantasy. I mean, like, I said this in my group, but I thought it was extremely naive. But coming from a defender, so to say, it's not a hard conclusion to come to. I mean, at the time, the video we found of Kero's dog and the garage in the background, that wasn't out at the time. So
someone mentioned that they're like, oh, the wood paneling is faded, it's not the same.
That's just.
I glanced at it, and I was like, if you know what, if he hadn't have snapped down the original footage, I would have been like, well, that would have been an interesting argument for someone who's an expert. But the fact that you're actively going out of your way to delete shit at this point, I mean, you can't keep making all these boners and expect me to give you the benefit of the doubt. Just no, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, it was like literal minutes after the evidence was posted. He was like, it just goes to show that he's like, at the time he was just trawling through. The internet, trying to just make sure nothing comes out. And...
Oh, so he had like a mundane Matt thing going.
Google it. Who knows?
Yeah.
If not before, then now, surely, Oh, either that or someone.
He was busy collecting boulders with his dog.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was just doing it for the reference standpoint. It's the same reason when I was like trying to cite what was the Kira's alias for the hard zoo?
He
Yami something.
Yami.
Yami the Wolf was his alias, but he also used just Kero Wolf in the actual Telegram.
Okay.
Because he's retarded, of course.
How did he ever get 100,000 subscribers being that retarded? I don't get it. Unless that's a prerequisite.
I don't know, but I want
furry fandom.
I don't know the secret.
Shane Dawson. That's it.
Yeah.
And just give a guy a video, and he's got 100,000 subs.
How many? What's the name of the leak thing? You said you were part of it, right?
Well, there's actually two groups that I'm a part of. One of them is called ZSIS. Yeah, sounds like a terrorist group, but literally spelled ZSIS. But yeah, that was the first one. There was a bit of internal stuff. I won't go into details, but there was eventually split into another group called Furvengers. It sounds cringy, but that's what we went with.
How many people involved? Just a rough guess.
Furvengers has 10 people at the moment. I can look it up now, but
I don't need exact people if they're being anonymous. I just curious.
But yeah, 10 people in Furvengers, about 29 in Zesis. There's some overlap. Oh yeah, I just got a comment. Zysis.
Nice. Quick question: How many people were in the Zoo Sadists? Have they actually released everyone on there? I didn't manage to get through all of Jim's podcasts.
Well, there was eight people originally released in those logs, but there's been more coming up. Like, we've been given logs of other people not included in the original logs. There's we were actually given the logs of the group itself. We've been cross-referencing names from that as well. Yeah, so lots of names. Seems like when we find one person's dogs, it seems there's like 3 more of these fucking zoo sadists that come up.
How many is it at like now? Like if you could throw like a rough number at us.
So like 20 names, 30 names maybe.
Okay, that's the number I've been pitching at people. I just didn't want to sound like I was talking out my ass. Okay.
Yeah, there's been tons of people.
Is there when I say is there anybody else of like substance or well anyone with like even like a smaller
Any
presence
sort
on
of thing.
yeah.
Well, the only other person with any sort of clout really is Glowfox. The situation with Glowfox is actually kind of interesting because I've actually spoken to him, and it's actually quite likely that he's innocent. I will say.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess I won't look that
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I can go into detail with that as well because
yeah, let's wrap that up since I haven't really kept up on like the side names. The only ones I really know are Ashley Zoe Fox, which again, as far as I could tell, Ashley just seems to keep making bad decisions.
Yeah, she's just a retard.
Okay, sure. And the other name is a Snake Thing, which I'm.
Oh yes.
Is the name is the. I'm normally not in favor of doxing, but if you were to blurt the name out right now, I probably wouldn't be mad. That's the way I would put that.
I don't know what the policy on YouTube is about doxing, but we do have his real name.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The Popo should be at his door any moment.
How long did you guys release that, anyways?
Sorry?
How long ago has that information been released to the police?
We've been in contact with the police for quite a while now. Yeah, it's just been back and forth. They want us to provide like different proofs and whatnot.
Well, there've been some frustration with the police and even other communities. Are you familiar with? I think there was some big name individual who got nabbed from the Splatoon community who never even went to jail.
Oh yeah.
You know the guy's name? Step maybe.
I know who you're talking about. I just forget his
name.
Yeah,
it blew over so fast, and he's just like, oh no, it wasn't me, and he got away with it with that. But I'm like assuming that there's, if with all these chat logs, there's pictures, right, and like actual evidence tying this individual as well as the admissions. If this guy,
we got pictures of Snake Thing's face essentially, and actually we got more than his face. We got pictures of like his full body parts you probably don't want to see again in your life. Yeah.
Well, I've had people hand off thankfully blurred pictures of some similar situations in the brony fandom. Has Snake Thing been one of those names that's been kind of floating around right now?
Yeah, because he's like he's the ringleader of this whole Zeus thing. He owns the actual group itself. And not only that, but he's a fucking pedo. That's because that's all that needs to be said. He's a pedophile. His group facilitates the distribution of child pornography.
No, that's his own nephew, yes, or little brother.
Yeah. He was planning to groom his nephew with this other fucker who's also been doxxed and reported to the police.
How long since you guys have made the information available to the police? I'm not trying to be pushy. I'm just curious. Oh, hey, Cake Dragon.
No. Ask any questions you like.
Just for anybody tuning in, we're still talking about the Kero the Wolf drama right now. That's the.
I wouldn't call it drama. This is this isn't drama.
I don't know what I could call it. This is I
call it a crime. That's what I call it. Well, drama is it's a spat between two furries on Twitter. Like this is this is something completely different.
Garbage fire? I feel good about garbage fire.
Someone's asking in the chat if it's been confirmed that Snake has been arrested yet.
Yeah,
he hasn't. As far as we know, he hasn't been arrested yet, but we do know he's in deep shit. That's all.
Oh, absolutely. I can't imagine why.
Yeah. That must be all that feral art. The Popo don't like that.
Mm.
that was such a ridiculous excuse. Feral art.
That was one from Ashley, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't Ashley. That was Kero. Yeah, Kero made the remark.
Yeah, that was Kero's. That was Kero's excuse, and he also tried to peddle that to Cathorix, where Cathorix basically just said, "No, you fucking idiot. No one cares about feral art."
Yeah, he had in his second video before it got ripped down, he showed a bunch of to the Yami Twitter, and he's like, "There's a bunch of pictures. They were here. They used to be public. They were a bunch of like animal heads with the maw open." And I was talking with a friend. I was like, "Oh, so he's into vor," and they're like, "Well, it could be this instead." I'm like, "Oh, that's worse. I'm going to stop speculating." Jesus.
Yeah, he's into vor. Like, is something that has fallen down the wayside is actually the fact that he admitted that he vored a live worm.
You know, I've joked about people like, what would you do to even like a goldfish? Okay, that's Kero you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah, and he literally said he had fantasies about voring baby mice, which, yeah. How does it get this bad? But yeah, he's really into vor. I'm just glad his dog wasn't was too big for into vor.
Am I okay to grab alcohol real quick?
I don't think anyone.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'll be right back. Don't say anything racist while I'm gone.
I mean, my profile picture has a swastika on it, but I think it'll be fine.
Never.
I'll be fine. Fucking hey. Oh, someone just donated a super chat.
I'm just going through the Telegram chat of the Fur Ventures. Yeah.
I never even heard of Telegram until this.
Oh, it's like
a popular thing, or?
No, the only people who use it are political insurgents, criminals, and furries.
Oh, my favorite thing. Well, I mean, hey, they are criminals, so it makes sense.
Yeah, well, I guess there's an overlap there. I'm not sure there's any. I actually made a joke about there being terrorists and in the sadism stuff. So that would just be the cherry on top.
So I had a question here, and I think it's a bit late to worry about Kira catching this. But how much of a dunce is he? Like, could you go up, pretend to be his friend, and get him to spill his guts about this shit, or?
Well, he has at least some level of self-preservation. He's not fucking brain dead.
Okay, well, that snake thing died.
That's the best thing I can say. Cathorix actually told because I told him I told Cathorix that Kero deleted his video, and he was like, "Oh, poor guy." I'm thinking the guy has an IQ of an actual wolf. I thought that was really funny. But yeah, it's he does have some level of preservation, because he did, in fact. I was talking about the logs in the group. He did actually delete all those logs, but so we don't know exactly what he said in there, but we were able to identify his presence there at the very least. So he was definitely there, but we're not sure what he actually said there.
Now, you were mentioning a glowfox who's potentially innocent. How did he get mixed up in all this?
Well, my theory on this is that he was just talking to Snake Thing. I'll get into why he was talking to Snake Thing. I wanted to mention when you said Snake Thing, I remember Cathorix said I got in touch with it was Snake Thing's other alias, Shirzad, or how was it said? I didn't see that actually.
Okay, where Cathorix is I know him through a mutual friend. Is that Glowfox or just guessing?
I wouldn't think so, because I don't think Glowfox actually knows Snake Thing IRL, or is really friends with him at all. It's just that the relationship there is just that Glowfox does a lot of YIF. I don't think I need to define that, but well, I guess for
in this fine sub-Christian subreddit. No, you're fine. We know.
Yeah. Fairy points actually.
No, I get it. I understand.
He's got a bit of a following, more than the average YIF artist, but he gets a lot of interactions with people who like his work, and I think that's what that's basically how the two ended up talking, and I think it was just association with Snake Thing combined with some pretty suspicious comments made in the chats, because I'm not saying that Glowfox didn't say those things, because he definitely did say some very, very suspect things, which led people on, say, Kiwi farms to think he was a pedo, specifically because he made he told a story, quote unquote, where he was 18 and he was babysitting an 11-year-old. I don't think I need to go into any more details on that, but
okay. But how is he innocent now that you've put that out there? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So again, I'm not saying he's a complete. Like, I'm not saying that I know 100% he's innocent, but it's. I'm just saying that it's more likely than say like Kero, for instance. But I'll say first.
Look, I'm not trying to pressure you. I didn't come on here to ambush you.
No.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I like your
I'm
video.
interested.
You're cool, but you can't dangle. I don't think he's a pedophile, but he was babysitting 11-year-old. And let's move on.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
no. That doesn't work that way.
I'm not moving on. I just want to address. I just want to address the zoo sadism stuff first, because in regards to Glowfox, because I went through all of Glowfox's stuff, all of his images, but the thing that really set Glowfox's images apart is that most of his stuff involved humans. There's pretty much nothing to do with animals, and also there was nothing there that could really connect him to the group. I'll just say now that the name of the group is called Beastie Beast Beasts. Or BBB. That's the name of the group. So I'll just call it BBB from now on. So yeah, I found that pretty much everyone else, Kero and all the other the zoo crew, you could find references to BBB or either that or zoo sadist content. And but Glowfox, there was pretty much none of that. The pedo stuff. I'll get into that now. So basically, in pretty early in Glowfox's log, there's a huge chunk where Glowfox spits out a whole bunch of stories, you could say, where he comes up with all this ridiculous shit about having sex with 35-year-old men when he was a kid, and selling child slaves on the black market for 6-7 figures.
Okay, so the stories are so batshit ridiculous, retarded as they may be, that they're probably not true as his stance, yes?
Well, it's not just that as well, but he actually, in regards to the pedo stuff, he actually linked me to some stuff he did on Ink Bunny, because he does draw
that's
Cub.
not a good start. As soon as you just said Ink Bunny, I'm like, oh dear.
But I mean, obviously, I find Cub fucking despicable, but I don't know what to say, but,
I blame the weeaboos for normalizing it. So moving right along.
I'd ban all these. I'm sure it is if it were up to me. Yeah. But he basically linked me to a whole bunch of stuff, because he does when he does his Cub stuff, there's stuff in the description basically giving telling a bit of a story, giving some context behind it, and it sounded pretty similar. Well, also as well, when Glowfox basically told Snake Thing essentially that he was a pedo, that Snake Thing just went like, oh yeah, instead of because we know that Snake Thing's a pedo. He knows.
There's no doubt about that. Jesus.
Yeah, no, absolutely no doubt that Snake Thing's a pedophile. So so he didn't ask for any when he was spouting all this stuff, and when Glowfox was spouting all these stories to Snake Thing didn't ask for any images or any content to validate that, or not. I think validate would be the wrong word, but he didn't ask for any child porn, so to say. He didn't ask for any supporting stuff.
I get a quick question though. You've kept up with Medicare stuff this whole time, right?
Oh yeah, we've been loving watching that.
Who is that dude at the very beginning? There is no part of the furry fandom like this.
There is no section.
Who is this guy? I gotta know, because Jim was nice enough not to fucking go after him, and I'm like,
I want to make fun of him. The guy with the nose ring? I actually don't know. I don't know who that is.
That you know what? For anyone who says that Jim is I want to make a point here. For anyone who says that Jim is a heartless dick, I would have gone after that guy. I would have been like, oh no, friend, I'm about to make an example out of your stupid ass.
I've been comparing this situation with that speech from what's that movie, Team America, where what's the speech? There's dicks, pussies, and arseholes, and
I'd like to state for the chat that Steppius is in fact not a Nazi. He's a dumb, edgy 15-year-old.
Oh, you never heard of Aryan, my waifu?
Aren't you like Slavic or something, Step?
Duh.
Yeah, well, there you go. Step can't be a Nazi. Yeah. I hate to be the goddamn half breed in the call, playing gatekeeper to the white race, but whatever. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was just sitting there thinking, I feel like I'm getting along too well with some of the left people recently. Step in the call. That'll fix that immediately.
Well,
Anyways.
I'm a right-winger as well, so I guess that helps.
Online I've been swinging more right. We'll see which way I go this next election. You know what? I might go that way. Fuck it.
Yeah, so my opinion of the Medica stuff is that you can rant about day or go, read not all furries, but really, the fact that these people exist within the furry fandom, it's kind of warranted.
Well, there's a time and place for everything, and if anything, if you're a proud furry, just hold that thought. Maybe in a couple months from now, if you help pick out the crap, you'll be able to say that again with pride. I mean that's one of the reasons I'm here to begin with. It's you can't really say not all furries and stand by and do fuck all. Yeah. We've had some problems with some people dragging their ass in the brony community, but a lot more people have been a lot more helpful recently. It's died down a bit. I've got other people tapping me on the shoulder about that, but this seemed a bit more urgent since it's not just online activity.
Right.
Yeah, I heard you make a comparison to Toon Critic, I think it was.
Yes, sir.
Do you reckon you can expand on that, I guess?
Oh, right before I do that, I have to read off this super chat. FNGR, have you ever tried to take a vacation from this stuff since it started? Well, I went to go to my sister's wedding, but I was watching Cathorix's video while I was out there going, God, I gotta get back. I gotta get back in the fire. You were saying about Toon Critic? What about?
I was just asking if you could expand on what you meant, because you were comparing him to Toon Critic. I was hoping you could
so basically, Toon Critic for months and months would do dumb things, not way before the pedophilia, but one of the first things that came up that there was a brony I really respect, very talented voice actor, great singer. She made the remark that Toon assaulted her on one of their dates, and she was all freaked out. Yeah, and she's like, "You just keep him away from me." And I remember turning to my friends what do we do? What? It's the first time I've ever heard anything about this. And I was like, well, I don't want to ruin somebody, but then there'd be other dumb, retarded things that would come up. He just ripped somebody off for some money, or he's screwing around on some other girl. And I'm sitting there thinking back, hey, what about this? And I feel like I'd be the only person going, hey, this is starting to add up. Are we going to do anything at any point in time? And I'm wondering,
no.
I'm wondering if did Kero have a laundry list of minor complaints before this for people who were like, hey. There's
no doubt in my mind.
I mean, not that I know of. I mean, not that I'd imagine if there was some sort of weird stuff in his past that there were in his history that it would have come out before this. But the only weird stuff is really doing is just dabbing all the time, and that's a capital offense.
No. When I looked at his videos, I was like, well, as far as I could tell, YouTube, I was like, this looks as mundane and milk toast as you could possibly get.
I mean, it's inoffensive content, it's not.
I'll be honest,
I not political commentary.
Yeah, as soon as I didn't see that no one was covering his content, I was like, I'll go buy the channel trailer. I was like, I don't expect to see a dog's head decapitated hidden in the background of his house somewhere.
No. Even he's not that retarded.
He's just doing a casual vlog, and
there it is,
one frame, and someone's like, "Excuse me, what is that?"
Nothing.
It's just a wax. This is a wax statue, guys. I swear.
It gets disproven. It goes down immediately.
It's feral art. It's fine.
Damn it! I wonder if it's too late to change that to the fucking goddamn title of the stream. Don't worry, it's feral art.
Should be the subtitle, but that's basically it. I don't think I've ever met any furry who has any sort of objection to feral art.
I'm one of those boring anthropomorphic types. Oh, fuck you too, Step, you fucking bug man.
Said the bug man.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember coming across a bunch of weird things when I first started finding out about furry, and what always kept me sane when I saw weird shit. I'm like, it's an online thing. It's a weird fixation. Oh, they really do that. Not to everybody, but
Sorry. Right.
Yeah. Jeez. Is there any questions in the chat? Since we actually have somewhat of a full house.
Yeah. Any questions about the zoo set and stuff as well? I'll be happy to answer within limits.
Yeah, you were mentioning we could go back to what's his name, Glowfox, I suppose.
Yeah. So
yeah, real quick. Someone was asking about feral art. I was like, basically, feral art is like Lion King. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, if you were to use an analogy with bronies, for instance, feral art would be like the default,
Yep.
pony shape, and anthro would be the equestria girls, you could say.
Yeah, the cat from the movie. You get the idea. Go ahead.
Sorry, you were saying something?
Oh yeah, I said go ahead. You were about to make a point, I believe, Mr. Double A.
About Glowfox?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I was saying, we had quite an in-depth conversation. Like something you pointed out with the whole black market child slave thing was the fact that he's actually quite poor.
I will never
also,
look at the. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also supported by the fact that someone selling child slaves on the black market, like they don't really need to be selling gift to.
I will never look at the word petting zoo the same way again.
Okay, so God damn it, Steppius! God,
what?
Fucking I had a question, and I feel like it's on the tip of my brain, but my brain's like shutting off on a self-defense mechanism right now. Okay, but let's pretend that he said just a bunch of dumb shit. How much punishment does he deserve for saying shit that stupid? Is my question.
Well, you don't really get punished for saying stupid shit in terms of.
Well, no, I don't mean legally, but I mean publicly. Like, considering, like, even if Kero didn't go to jail, this is going to have a vast effect on his life. Like, holy shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We had to, in our group, we actually discussed the possibility of, Kero and-heroing himself, if you know what that means.
Oh, no, I know the meme.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice workaround, by the way. That doesn't get nicked on Twitter for report, does it? Thanks for the reminder.
And hero?
Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, you can't get reported for that. The meme and hero. I don't think.
Yeah, but in regards to that, it's I'll just address that now. We don't want Kero to hurt himself. That's something we don't want because
I mean, he hopes to get his hand wrapped into bleh. Hope to get his head rammed into a wall a couple times. Other than that,
I think that was God trying to stop you, Steppius. And you powered through. Nicely done.
But yeah, in regards to Glowfox's comments, his I don't imagine his like, because like I said, he draws cub and other shit that I don't like. I'll say, but
is he that poor of an artist, or is it an interest? Because I understand that artists sometimes have to do shit that they don't like.
Well, the thing is, he does a lot of it. So
okay, no, I'm not gonna. Like I understand that a lot of talented artists out there fucking do a lot of things to fucking eat, and I being a Catholic, no one would want to hear me going, "How dare you feed yourself? My morale." Nobody would want to hear me.
I've been going on moral crusades about zoophilia ever since it started. So.
I mean, I'm all for a good crusade.
So the zoophilia, you're using that as just people, being sexually aroused by animals online.
Well, yeah, I'll basically state some definitions before we go forward.
Mm-hmm.
So the zoophiles, they're like, zoo meaning animal, phile meaning love, obviously, but they're basically people who want, either romantic or sexual relationships with animals. Rough zoo or hard zoo, that's the shit Kero's into. That's like the zoophilia equivalent of rape. That's when you use force on an animal to.
There was. I think I forget. I remember dropping off the link because I had someone pass it to me. Steppius, do you remember that link I tossed in Cool Kids? Fucking the cross fucking race thing?
Cross race?
The one about freaking what was it called? Son of a bitch. Either you're gonna remember or I have to throw buttons in the call.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
No. Well, look. I just don't. I understand it's a really touchy subject here. Let me blot the screen and see if I could dig back through, because I know that chat isn't very fucking busy. You know what? Oh, there's anthropomorphic guys. I forgot that was the screen.
I mean, speak about that actually. I kind of want to discuss like why Kero was outed. Not just because we know he was outed. It's, probably not many people know exactly why he was outed.
Go ahead.
He was outed because essentially Akela, that's the person who released all this information, is a zoophile, and what they were doing with all this dumping stuff is that they're getting rid of the zoo sadists and rough zoos, which they consider rough zoo to be zoo sadism, and so do I, to be honest. But
assuming that there's I think I heard the term soft zoo from Cathorix when he was saying this. Again, I don't mean to misquote the man, because he just got himself out of trouble, and I don't want to add to his troubles. But what would that entail, out of dumb curiosity?
I'm not actually sure. I wanted to ask that about, actually, because there's actually been a bunch of zoophiles in Zesis helping us, and they're not just the logs, and I've spoken to them quite a bit.
You'll have to bear with me. I'm trying to dig through a chat, and Steppius here has filled up the chat with nothing but Bowsette porn.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just keep rambling on. But
I did what?
Nothing. It's okay.
Yeah, but looking at the kind of content that they describe as being hard zoo, they'll be like, I don't know if what's the limit in terms of what I can say here. Am I able to describe the sexual acts, so to say?
Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. First things first, let me turn the screen back on. It's not against TOS, is it? YouTube?
I'm not sure, but essentially.
Well, wait 1 second, guys. If you are easily triggered or even moderately capable of freaking out, yep, saw 2 people leave already. Now's the time to get the fuck off the stream. Go ahead.
Okay, so the kind of content we've had described as hard zoo is, for example, Kero. He forced his dog Coda. He forced his penis down his throat.
Oh, I came across 2 sites that
and he described gagging him, so to say, because going so far as to when the gag reflex is triggering, and some of the other stuff has been just what's this, guys? I think.
So I had a friend toss me this. There were 2 Twitter accounts I was supposed to block. One was called a cross-species alliance, and the other one was can't be porn, non-humans, not clot.
I don't know what these are.
Okay, yeah, no, my friend means well. I was like, go ahead. God, I did hear something about that from Medicare's thing. But what is soft, then, is what I'm curious about. Is it just, like, fucking observing the material, no matter how fucked up it is, just not engaging?
Well, in terms of actual content, what I think... I'm just guessing here, but based on, the stuff I've seen, but I'm guessing it's things like, kissing your dog or, sucking it off, giving a red rocket.
Yeah. Okay, sir, are you about to tell me that South Park, for the second time, has told me something that actually exists that I could have gone my whole life without finding out about? God.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that existed before South Park.
What, Red Rocket?
Yeah.
Well, it's based on what the...
oh, okay.
What the appendage looks like.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm reminded when I was watching South Park back in the day when they're like, that NAMBLA thing's real. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah, if I can go the rest of my life without seeing any more dog cock, I'll be happy.
Okay. I'm assuming those are in the leaks. You've seen the leaks, haven't you, Steppius? Don't you get all fucking high and mighty? You're like, I've seen some of the death videos.
I saw one of them.
Did anyone force you to do that step, or did your morbid curiosity do that?
Morbid curiosity.
So you did a Mindhard. Where are your parents, Step?
Wait a second.
Where are your parents? Where are your... You're 15 Step. Jesus
Where are your parents?
Take a seat right there.
Parents?
Take a seat right there.
Yeah. Jesus. I'm fucking like half dead in my life, and I could go the rest of it without seeing that shit. What? What?
If I had any faith left in humanity after that, it was gone. It was just
I heard when Jim talked about it, he talked about it as if he had not looked at it, and I'm like, okay, so I need you to put that into context. Can you only imagine the shit that Jim has looked at in these years, where he just said, nope, I'm not even going to verify. I've had it from good enough sources. I'm going to go out on a limb and call this legit. And I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good... It's like when someone goes, oh, that's horrifying, and then you look like a dumbass. I've learned to stop doing that. On the other hand, I'm floating right now. I'm quite drunk.
Well, this is my first venture into the abyss. You could say the abyss of humanity. Yeah.
Oh, I have to break for a really inappropriate fucking super chat. Kero's suicide stream win. Soon as BitChute starts
Sunday.
Yeah, yes, probably on the Meadowcast, if anywhere. That's where. I love you, Jim. Yeah.
I mean, like I was saying before, we legitimately do not want Kero to kill himself.
No, I understand. Well, you're a better man than I am. Let's walk that back.
Well,
yeah.
The thing is, it's a bit more of a selfish thing, because if he goes to jail, we can laugh at him and party. But if he kills himself, it's I can't take pleasure in that.
No, I kind of get what you're saying. It's like when Toon Critic, when I saw his YouTube career go in the toilet, my first thought was, oh my god. He's gonna have to get a real job finally. For once in his life, he's gonna have to earn. He's gonna have to earn a real fucking living. Truly a fate worse than death.
His own home.
Jeez.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't supposed to be a...
I'm not gonna talk about Toon's family. There was somebody who was like prank calling his house, and I was like, don't fuck with this family. I don't think they know anything about it.
They should.
Well, by now they do.
But,
absolutely.
But yeah, on regards to the suicide stuff, I don't know if you saw, but you did see, didn't you? The most recent video Kero released to his Patreon only.
I did download it because I clicked on it and I saw like an ad was about to come up in 5 seconds. So I was like, you know what? Let's make sure you don't get any of the money. It doesn't matter if you get the view because the algorithm won't help you if it's unlisted. So.
My thoughts on that is that if he's in a state where he can dance around like a retard in his fursuit, I don't think there's any indication like he didn't like really act the same way he did in his Ashley Zoe Fox interview, where he's all looking at the floor.
He might have been high. You never know. Well, freaking people have pretty bad mood swings. I mean, look, Robin Williams killed himself, and he was a pretty happy-go-lucky kind of guy.
Well, I guess there's that as well.
Yeah.
But I was just more saying, for him to have the fucking nerve to, just come out with this retarded video, how to become a meme. That's the title.
I've thought about some really ignorant fucking counter responses to that. It would involve splicing up a lot of Jim's videos, probably putting it up on BitChute because it would break the TOS a couple times. Oh, fuck. Hey, is there...
But yeah, like, because Cathoris was basically telling Kero that if you want to come back, you got to give like a groveling apology, so to say. He didn't use those exact words, but that's essentially what he meant. You can't just come back after spinning all this bullshit and lying. Like even if this stuff even if it was just like soft zoo or a fascination, even if that was the case, he still lied his ass off, and by extension, he was covering up for the rest of the group because when he was saying all this shit was fake, and he was kind of implying that all of it was fake, and but by extension, like he was not just covering for himself, covering for the rest of the group.
Again, let's just play devil's advocate. I'm not a Kero fan by any stretch of the imagination, but when let's just imagine all this shit dropped all at once, right? So your knee-jerk reaction would be like it's all bullshit. I could see that at first, but the problem is that there's enough time where he could have sat down, like the Cathorix thing, where he's like, look, and then basically he had someone help walk him through, like, okay, now you need to be honest here, but then he still didn't. So maybe initially I could see getting panicked and fucking having to lie or some shit like that, but the fact that he's just done it at every turn,
right?
Yeah, doesn't.
Yeah, that's
really,
the problem because of course when you get out of the shit, you know, the first reaction is I was hacked. You know, that's that's the quintessential internet excuse is I was hacked by Iranians. Yeah.
Well, that's how the one guy didn't go to jail. The one who did from the what's it called? That Nintendo first-person, third-person shooter with the squids.
Splatoon?
Yeah, Splatoon. That's how he kept from getting in jail. He's like, oh no, I got hacked, and the police bought it. That's why he never went, supposedly is what I heard. That creepy reading from the creepypasta community was telling me about that. And he's like, that's all he had to say, and the police took him at face value for that.
I just wanted to ask them because one of the members of our group, Grizzly Fatalis, wants to come on if that's all right.
Sure. What does he want to talk about, anyways?
She.
Oh, she. Well, sorry for thinking Grizzly was a guy. My bad.
A lot of people made that mistake.
Don't you know I'm the dreaded misgender brony? If you ask enough of Tumblr. No, it wasn't intentional.
No, Kiwi Farms did the same. They all thought he was
okay.
Thought she was a man. I'm not sure what she wants to talk about. She's just messaging me now, but
okay.
Yeah, she's been one of the she's been one of the central people in regards to all this. She's actually the one in contact with the police, so she'll probably know even more than I would. Yeah. Essentially,
drag and drop or whatever, or have her throw me a thing.
She's just getting a thing now. I'm not sure how to invite her, but
well, you could throw me. Send me your Skype. I'll blank the screen, I suppose, and then I'll freaking.
She's just getting it now, so
okay. No,
we'll just wait for that.
Okay, no problem, boss. Never met him before. So, how long have you been a furry, boss?
That's a bit of an interesting story. Just over a month, really.
Oh,
brand new.
Boy, you picked a bad time.
yeah, definitely have.
I would have fucking backed out. Like, what? Deleted all my shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm over here in the Thundercats or something. I don't know. That's still too close.
Well, when I say for just over a month, I mean that's the first time I've ever actually interacted with furries IRL. That's the baseline I'm using, because before that I was basically just I was lurking in a lot of furry places for years. Wasn't really interacting with anyone.
What was your you said something about your first video before we started streaming that you wanted to walk back?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Complicity, Proving the Guilt of Kero the Wolf, which
now I could pull that up right now. Is there a part that you want me to play in the stream real quick where you could comment on it? Do you know around what time?
Well, just around the halfway point, really. That's because the first half of the video is just me going through all the evidence at the time. You know, all the people who have linked his Telegram ID. You know, the second half is about I think it's about 4 minutes, and
okay,
yeah, that's where I go through a bunch of evidence on Kiwi Farms.
All right,
try to link it up, and that's it essentially covers. Because I found out the name of the group before. Anyone.
If I share audio in the call, will that echo in the stream?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, I'm wearing headphones.
Okay, so.
Oh, and Azius asked me to tell you if she could join.
Okay, why not? We're about to add Stepius's ex-boyfriend.
Did you unironically name her that?
Oh, you're dead gendering the elf now. I see.
I'm what?
Hi, the elf is here.
Yeah, Stephius just dead gendered you. Yeah, no, you said her. Nicely gone.
Stop! I was your boyfriend. What the fuck?
Anyways, here I'll play this off.
Allegations directly, as I do not have all the evidence, and this allegation alone is not.
By the way, can you guys hear it?
Okay. Related to the zoo sadism ring. I was able to prove the identity of Glowfox in the chat log through an image posted there. The image itself identifies the origin as Glowfox due to the presence of Philippe, Glowfox's boyfriend, the megaphone indicating the user's ownership of Glowfox's Naughty Den, and the channel First Skin Friday, which can be cross-referenced with another image taken from the archives. Furthermore, the text itself can be cross-referenced with the chat logs to find a perfect correlation.
God, you're good.
Glowfox posted an image of his telegram to Kiwi Farms, with the same background as the one in the chat log archives. It's extremely unlikely that some random person pretending to be Glowfox would have had this background, as it requires some deep digging into the chat logs to find the original image. Furthermore, I was unable to find the original proper resolution background when searching the internet for it. In the Telegram image, Glowfox tries to dispute an allegation of pedophilia by claiming he was 14 and the other person was 12 at the time. This is the exact same argument put forth by the user Coast earlier. From this, as well as the photos from Coast Telegram, we can safely conclude that these two users are who they say they are. Why is this important, you might ask? The reason for that comes from a specific piece of evidence posted to Kiwi Files by Coast, that at the time they did not realise the importance to this case. They uploaded a chat log between them and the person who was running the re-uploaded version of the Zoo Sadist Evidence channel, at the time going by some internet rando. Unfortunately, this channel was deleted just with the previous one. The chat log itself came in the form of a text file. Obviously, text files can be easily edited, which is why I had to be very careful when considering the validity of this document. I was able to cross-reference the chat log with this image they uploaded, and found no errors. I also found no contradictions in the chat log itself. In the chat log itself, the owner of the channel, some internet rando, asked a very specific question to Glowfox in order to judge his innocence. Some internet rando responded to Glowfox's answer with, "You will probably be fine if you do not understand the question." I can also add in support of this that I've been through the entire chat log involving Glowfox, and there was no Zoo Sadist content shared. Now, what was the question that some internet rando asked Glowfox? It was unintentionally the question that would lead me to find the most important proof against Kero, as well as find the name of the Zoo Sadism ring. And that question was, how are the Beastie Beast beasties? This was the first time this phrase was ever mentioned during this entire investigation. Curious, I looked back through the logs. What I found not only proves what BBB refers to, but also definitively prove Kero's complicity in Zoo Sadism. This is the final proof against Kero. Kero says, "They're terrible. I thought I was bad. Snake thing. Talking about the group I invited you back to? Kero. Yeah, beastly beast thing. Snake thing. Hugs. Yeah, sorry about that, hun. Hope that's okay. Heart. Kero. I'm not a fan of all the gore they're talking about. Snake thing. I know, hun. My apologies. Kero. It's okay. Just remind me to never let them near my pets. Snake thing. Don't worry. They wouldn't do anything without permission, hun. They're nice people outside of their dark fetishes. XD. Well, moose might do stuff, but yeah. P. Other accused people's chat logs corroborate this, proving exactly what BBB is. A group for zoo sadists. According to the logs, Kero has known about this group since February 11th, 2017. This group was not mentioned anywhere until after Coast's evidence was posted, and has not been mentioned since. Knowledge of this group could only have been known by people who knew about this group beforehand, proving the authenticity of Coast's evidence as well as the rest of the chat logs. With the Glowfox evidence, I've been able to prove that the chat logs are legitimate, and using his evidence, I have proven Kero's complicity in zoo sadism. Quod erat demonstrandum. While Kero may have not uploaded any zoo sadist content, he still knew about the zoo sadist ring, BBB, and has seen exactly what content they share there. Kero is complicit. For over a year and a half he has known about this zoo sadism group and yet did nothing. With this in mind, I have no doubt that what he described in the chat logs are true. He raped his dying dog, Coda, he sexually abused puppies, and he used animal carcasses for sexual gratification. And with this evidence finally put forth, it is up to the furry community to decide what to do with it. If you still want to suggest that this is the work of some Iranian super hacker out to get Kero, stop deluding yourself.
That was solid. Damn.
Thank you. Oh yeah, so BBB, that's the important bit. So I made that conclusion that BBB was a zoo sadist ring, and that Kero's connected to it. And I think I mentioned before in this chat, but we actually got the BBB logs from the original leaker, and we were able to confirm that yes, it is a zoo sadism ring. That is the name of the group, and Kero is definitely connected to it.
Well, shit! I'd like to see that evidence.
What, the BBB stuff?
Yeah.
You don't want to see it. There's nothing identifying in there. It's just basically just Mortal Kombat fatalities conducted on animals.
Yeah, you're 17, AZ. Then it's probably...
I'm a writer.
I don't know.
Information for reference.
You know what? You're starting to make... Correct your ex-boyfriend.
Cease.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the BBB stuff, like I said, it's just it's just a bunch of names. There's not really much to connect anyone to anything. It's just a lot of shit that the world would be a lot better if it didn't exist, essentially. And what was I going to say?
Damn, I'd have used that one if I knew about it. Christ.
Time for a 5th Kero video.
I would.
In your next home.
I felt like the 4th one was really pushing it, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I got enough here to say. I feel like there's enough things to draw together, and based on
more keeps coming out, and that's something I wanted to bring up as well, is the fact that throughout all this, the Kero's guilty side, we've been piling mountains and mountains and mountains of proof that all the Kero's innocent side can seem to come up with is conspiracies about Iranian super hackers, and they haven't proven, they haven't shown anything that even suggests fakery or
Yeah.
If you're going to claim a grand conspiracy against Kero, you got to be able to prove it. Can't just say it could have happened.
Wait.
But burden of proof is to use their words.
Surely there's more high-profile targets in the Brony fandom who are more obnoxious that people would have gone off of instead of Kero. I would assume.
Sorry, can I add?
You've been asking for some time. You've been able to chuck them in for a while now.
Oh yeah, I just got the link. How do I add them?
Well, you've got probably the new version of chat. I have the old one where I can just drag and drop.
So
I put the live thing
in the new one.
Here,
I was going to walk you through on how to do it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll leave it to
I'll
leave it to someone else.
Never mind. They updated the Skype, so I don't know. Fuck.
Whose Skype is this again?
Skype, stop updating! Go back to the old version, fuckwads!
Okay.
Isn't there a way you can still download the old version?
I don't know.
Or did they get rid of that?
I sent your Grizzly Fatwa.
Grizzly Fate.
Yes.
Hey,
Grizzly Fate
Anthony, you got a
yeah.
super chat.
Oh, more? No, those are...
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. Nice. Patrick
$5.
Turner. She's a 17-year-old furry. Looks like I have a family... Found proof that God is indeed dead, but a furry... But instead of smashing animals, smash like? Okay.
Stop.
You do you, Patrick.
Who's a 17-year-old furry?
I think they called the alpha furry. Oh, boy.
Excuse me, I am a brony and an elf, and
Yeah.
I'm not a girl.
I mean, there's
I'm a guy.
a pretty significant overlap, to be honest.
I mean, you were a furry.
Breathe into a bag, AC.
You were once a furry. Once a furry, always
When
a furry.
I was a 3rd grader, yeah.
Once a furry, always a furry.
Indeed.
You can deny it all you want.
I still remember when I
used to watch MLP years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's that.
most all children went through a furry phase when they were young because they were like, oh, animals are cool, I want to be an animal. Gilded Dash, no, I'm not. I'm too lazy to hide the body afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your... Oh, did they... Yeah, they accepted. Wonk. Okay. That's an interesting avatar.
Oh.
It's a head with a mouth. Hello, Grizzly.
Hello.
Darkus, yeah,
What did
basically.
Darkus...
Sir, I have the stream up, so I'm basically just doing
I'm
chat.
watching the chat too, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Grizzly, I don't think your mic is working, Grizzly.
Yeah, Grizzly, do you have a microphone to go with your Skype?
What's the point of having Skype if you don't have a microphone to go with it?
Ironically
exactly.
enough, Speedy, you might be true.
Yes.
You might be right.
Patrick Turner, this isn't a grill. I am George Foreman. Indeed.
George Foreman?
George...
Yeah, we'll play the we'll play the intermission. We'll let Grizzly handle the microphone.
Okay. Never met him before.
Oh no, another 20-minute intro.
Ah, Jesus, stop! What the fuck was that, Grizzly? No. You better have a real microphone. That was open ass. No. You stop. You get a real microphone. Your Dianex $5 headpiece is not wanted here, madam.
I mean, I'm not. I don't even have a microphone. I'm just yelling at my laptop.
That's working fine. Yeah, yours is fine. You've got that. Your British accent is carrying the day, sir. That's fine.
I mean, this microphone works better than my actual headset, which I found pretty funny.
Yeah. So Dianex, or Grizzly. Is your mic working yet? Grizzly?
No, we'll just
yeah.
We'll just leave it to that.
Okay, certainly. No. Stop.
You're one to talk, Darkus.
What did Darkus do?
He said that was
so yeah, in the meantime, were there any other any other questions people had about either Kero or anyone else involved?
Does anyone have any Kero questions? I'm looking at the chat now.
Including the chat, yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions at all?
Yep.
Ask me anything to be a Redditor.
Yep. Indeed. They're talking about
Why
furry
is it
crap.
that you've only been in the furry fandom for like a month and you're already doing drama videos?
My kind of guy.
I wouldn't describe it as drama videos. It's kind of it was kind of necessary to do it.
No, I understand. Hey, drama can be necessary sometimes.
Drama's always necessary.
Indeed.
Well, like I said, this isn't really drama. This is like an actual crime.
No, I got that too. Well, Keemstar managed to cover the Daddy 05 thing, which was the guy beating his kids, and that's there's some overlap.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't describe that as drama as well either, because it's.
Ow.
Grizzly, your mic is very shrieky.
No, it's not.
And you sound kind of robotic.
It is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Step, if you don't be quiet, I will find your girlfriend and ask her to call you Maddie.
Okay, wait, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Try once more, Grizzly. I'm gonna regret it. Grizzly? Miss Adams? Grizzly Adams? No?
Grizzly?
Grizzly?
Beep 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 beep.
What about now?
Oh, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Take it away.
I don't know how this is gonna work.
No, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That is a fine potato that you were speaking into. Must say, mwah.
Yeah, it's not the best mic, but can at least understand
Well,
something.
I kind of had to. Well, what I basically had to do is like the way my microphone is set up on a headset. It literally is only letting me use either a headset or the mic at once. So I kind of have this weird setup right now with I have one headphone in my ear attached to my phone. That's
okay. So we're losing people. Just get to the
I'm
point.
using the microphone and headset to talk to you guys, but now there's like a huge gap, and it's weird now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Step just fell in love.
I could tell. Step, you fucking bug man.
She's taken.
Okay.
The bug man fell in love.
That was me being annoyed.
No, that's how Step flirts is when he gets annoyed.
Grizzly's taken. Don't try it.
No, I got you.
How does that even work?
With a bug?
I don't know. Explain the science behind that.
Come on, little bug man. You fell in love with an elf.
No. I want to hear. Yeah. I want to hear the science behind this.
Did she leave or what?
She left.
I think she left.
Okay, that's fine.
She did.
I lost out on that wonderful dulcet tones of Grizzly.
Oh well, it was worth a shot at the very least.
No, it's you know what?
That's worse than cat.
I was like, I will PayPal rush you a microphone. That is rough. Jesus.
Yeah, she says she's.
Hey guys.
That
was fucking great.
Oh, that was.
And that was the day when Steph fell in love with someone he couldn't have.
Again.
Well, I mean, if you tried hard enough.
Yeah. No.
Dude, the worse the quality is, the more
the mic quality, the better.
Yeah.
The worse the mic quality, the more he falls in love.
Oh, Jesus.
It makes me want to shoot myself.
Yeah, so
we do sketchy.
No. Let the guests talk. You two spaghetti lords, please stop. Anyways, you were saying.
Going back to what we were talking about before, were there any questions either here or in the chat about Kero or Snake Thing or any of the other fucking zoo crew?
Can't really think of anything. Is there any points that you felt like bringing up about Ashley, other than dumbass?
Yeah, DMCA doing a DMCA against Medica. I don't know how someone could be that dumb. And also with all the diaper furs and zoophiles living with her, it's
the whole thing.
You don't really want to catch the eye of Mr. Medical with baggage like that.
Right. The whole thing part with the furries and the diapers.
I think I fixed it.
It works. It's good.
There we go. Perfect.
Sweet.
Take it away.
You sound like a human.
I'm just a man. I was waiting for Grizzly to re at that. How dare you, sir? How dare you disparage my name?
She's not a human. She's a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm an elf.
I do legitimately want to know what drugs they were on.
You know what, Grizzly? This is the second bear I've had associated with my channel. Freaking what's her name? Sugar Tits is subbed to my channel, so.
They were on.
That is a lovely name.
That's
they're on
Bering's
animal
girlfriend.
tranquilizers. That's what they were on.
Yeah, the skeptic that has the bear for the OC. Never mind.
Skeptics.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I wasn't even a bear before all this.
Oh, okay.
Irrational skeptic trademark.
Well, I wouldn't lump Bering in with the dumbasses. He's actually more of a shitlord.
Yeah. Bering is a.
He's good people.
Yeah, he's a banter lord from the land down under. Can't.
So you wanted to bring something to the chat, Miss Grizzly.
Yeah, I was listening to what the Aussie Burb says, and basically I've been the one that was, I guess, for our group. I don't know if anyone else has reached out, but I just know for our group that I made contact with police within like the first week and a half that this all happened, because I wanted to make sure that we got everything solid against Kero before him being reported.
So has this been going for like 2-3 weeks or 3-4?
I would say about 3 weeks, maybe close to a month. But I've been in contact with at least 3 or 4 different police departments.
Do we know what area Kero lives, so people can report police to his local precinct?
We probably shouldn't say that live.
No, we've already contacted his local police department. There's not really anything there.
Mike,
reason
hold it.
Curious
Step. My good friend Leo Convoy during the Toon Critic thing said that it's just best to reach out to your public police and they handle it from there. Now, he's not a lawyer, but that was his advice, and that's how he... Turn your vibrator off! Steppius, your vibrator is going off again.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
Grizzly, turn off the vibration on your phone.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I know that was coming from you, Grizzly. I was going to give you a walk, but... Alright, everyone on screen, you can see Grizzly's thing lighting up.
Yeah, Grizzly, that's...
I don't even know what that was.
That's holy.
All
Grizzly,
right.
are you on your phone?
No, Grizzly, no!
Grizzly, are you on your phone?
I don't even know what...
I'm pretty sure phones don't go off that fast, if you know what I mean.
Stop!
No.
Oh, that's what she said, anyways.
No, seriously, it's something... If you have the buzzer... is your phone on vibrate for the notification setting?
Wait, I figured it out. I got it.
Okay.
What was it?
Hey guys, welcome
You
to
don't
the
wanna
high
know.
quality streams here.
Yeah.
It was
It was literally, I plugged it into the charger. Yeah, I had to get on my phone, but I literally plugged it into the charger, and it hated the charger.
How
so it
shitty
instantly...
is it? Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened. That has never happened before.
Get in your charger quick, please. Please.
Your
Oh, God.
Did you get your charger from the same place you got your microphone?
Get a new everything.
Yeah.
Get a new mic. Get a new charger.
I think
cord.
Anthony actually does need to PayPal you some new equipment.
Get any fandom while you're at it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably one thing I'm definitely going to be considering. I mean, I've been in this fandom for like 10 years, and after going through all this, I don't know. I don't know if I want to.
Is there anybody else in the fandom that is an issue of concern that you might want to speak up now in passing?
Do you mean like
none that's already been
Spill
covered.
the tea.
None that's already been covered.
Yeah, I mean, like there's quite a lot. I mean,
there's no doubt that someone else is gonna pop up, but no, I can't.
This went deeper than I think any of us really thought in the beginning, to be honest.
Here's a question. Should Anthony make a side channel that's how not to furry?
I'm not starting over again. I've already got something that's working just fine, I guess.
I mean, how not to furry is basically
that's
just...
that's unironically somewhat of a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that idea is basically just Medica's deviant theory.
Yeah, I was about to
just
say.
follow that, and that's not how to furry.
All we have to do is find someone in the furry fandom who is the exact equivalent of FMGR.
I'm not going to let you finish that. So
I think we need to find someone better, though.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Your mom, your race, your gender.
Did you just assume it?
Yeah, I did.
And what I meant by that was better editing.
Okay, whatever.
Well, I mean, she does kind of.
No, but I think
Steph,
I think Uncle Kage is the.
Oh, bring what was her name? Bring Fagatini back. She did some dang.
Yeah, Lilac's really cool, but she has trouble with connections and stuff. That's why she's not here right now. She's also a furry.
Okay.
She'd probably he would enjoy you goddamn gender fluent people.
Yeah, Uncle Kage.
Don't expect me to go that.
No, I haven't heard of Uncle Kage until this happened.
Yeah, but I've heard things in passing, but he's basically just. He tells people don't act like retards. Don't make us look bad because we already look stupid enough.
I met him once at a local FurCon, and he was one of the guests along with 2 Griffin, and I actually felt pretty awkward because I not only was I seated next to 2 Griffin, but I had no idea who any of them were. I was just completely lost of who that guy was until I saw that clip about him talking about furries.
Nice. Please don't embarrass the fandom.
Don't hard.
Just don't do rainforest and you'll be fine.
Just don't follow furry Instagram accounts.
Jeez.
Every Wednesday is a hellhole.
Why was that National Porn Day?
Sexual Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh,
what the
lovely.
fuck is Sexual Wednesday?
It's where basically all the furry accounts on Instagram just start posting furry porn for a day.
I'm sorry I asked.
And I thought TMI Tuesday was bad.
Okay.
What is with you people? You have days dedicated to all this degenerate shit. What the fuck?
Don't mind
Why do you think Medica covers us so often?
Yeah.
It's completely warranted.
There was a reason why, after I joined Instagram, I stopped following everyone except
Well, your first mistake was making an Instagram account in first.
Well, look at it this way. Mr. Medica hasn't done internet insanity on individual furry yet. Give it time.
Oh, there's got to be one eventually.
Yeah.
Did anybody else watch his kill stream with that one rando furry that was calling him a pedophile?
Oh yeah, that was so good.
I love his follow up to that.
God,
He's like, I hope
that guy was stupid.
He's like, I hope you guys like sassy gay men because that's what we got coming on now.
The Sargon Protection Squad for Sargon joining up with the furries for Gamergate 2.0.
Furrygate.
What?
Oh no!
Stop.
Has Carl always been this retarded, or is he getting worse?
I mean, I don't remember him being this dumb, because but before he went to politics, I actually used to watch him quite a lot.
He's always kind of been into politics. When he was briefly talking about Brexit.
I mean, I'm talking about actually joining UKIP, not
okay.
Not reading political articles and giving political commentary.
You know what I think broke him? I think it was when Dickie called him Sergen. Sergen, you're not that smart.
I mean, Medica reckons it's when Richard Spencer said,
that's Dickie.
You're not that. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a friend who's an alt-writer who calls
you're not that smart. And, so he's talked about it quite a bit. Is that when with Sargon, all you got to do is call him stupid, and that's and his soy levels go down. That's the quote. And when he meets someone important, his dopamine levels go up, and he's back into the fray when he.
Oh, you've seen Murdoch.
Not that exactly, but I've heard references to it.
Okay.
Need more dopamine.
It's a good watch.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was never sure about Murdoch. Were they actual alt-right, or is it just like a meme?
A little bit of column A, a little column B. Don't worry, it's not going to be monetized, and it gets ripped down off of YouTube. Yeah, it's not going to make the guy any money, and the shit'll be ripped down. So you know, you don't have to feel bad.
I've seen this stuff before. You know, it's funny. You know,
they had fucking Martin Luther King come back as a vampire. I was watching it, going, okay.
Wasn't there Sorry, you said king, and then I remembered. Wasn't there some like British or French king who believed that if he sucked the blood of young people, he would stay young forever?
I think you're talking about Lady Beorth, and that's a countess.
See, now, history is not my specialty. I just know some random ass little...
Oh, come on! Every edgy teenager should know about Lady Bathory. Bathory.
Bold of you to assume...
Didn't they make a movie on that? Like, Stay Alive or something?
Bold of you to assume I'm an edgy teenager.
Oh, so you're doing it? Well, you're an ageist. Oh, I didn't know that you could lie about that. Now. Oh, wait, no.
No, I was...
I'm gonna stop before I bury myself.
Edgy shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you did date Steph.
If you want to be super edgy, just go on rants about people against pedophilia.
To be fair,
I mean, how much
that relationship was mostly just Limbo decided we were dating, and I went along with it.
Sure,
I didn't.
Hey, that got me Kichi. Was when Limbo decided that I was going out and I don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Limbo.
I mean, you unironically think ghosts exist, and you can't get any edgier than that.
Sure. Well, I have no problem with that.
It's funny that...
Not that I have a problem with it. It isn't wrong.
Okay.
Just don't do it.
Indeed. So
you need another hug.
Yeah, I think
talking about Carusi again, the guy who went up against Medica. It's like, it's just another retarded furry on the pile who starts shit, and then people find out they're into all this. Find out they're a retard essentially, and then
they deleted all their shit,
and then rant about being harassed. It's like you started it. Well, what the fuck do you expect? It's the internet.
Yeah, didn't he delete all his stuff?
Yep.
Or
yeah, he did.
He totally did.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I'm sorry, but I could not.
If I was into Cub and someone found out, I'd probably delete myself. To be honest.
Cubs riding on bananas. That was not cool. Like I didn't even have to see that, and I was already grossed out.
Yeah, I had to see Cub stuff just for the Glowfog stuff, just to verify some stuff,
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, to be honest, that's probably the least worst part of it.
I think.
Yeah, considering all the stuff we've seen, yeah, I can understand that.
I think my favorite part of the furry fandom is that around fall every year, I see just show up on like Tumblr or Instagram the sign that says, "Don't go fursuiting in the woods at night. You don't want the hunters to kill you." And it's like, who's gonna fucking shoot a lime green deer that's walking on their back feet?
Hey.
OMG, how do I know it's fall in the furry fandom? It's when all of a sudden all the YCHs go up of your character here riding pumpkin stems. I can't.
Welcome to the furry fandom, everybody.
I was a child, and so I stayed in the safe areas as much as I could. So I have never seen art like that, and I never want to.
I mean, down here, autumn and spring are basically identical. There's no orange, no pumpkins. It's just another day. Good old.
Over here,
Australia. Yeah, I've been to America, so I know what it's like. Yeah,
it's like summer during Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So summertime Christmas is awesome down here.
Aussie Christmas tree is a fan.
See now, in my area, all the seasons blend together.
Yeah, it actually really suck if Christmas is in winter here, because winter just sucks. It's just wet and cold, and there's no snow, so it's just general misery. Whereas good old Australian summer Christmas, you get all the family around the pool, cook some stuff on the barbecue. It's just a good old time.
Were you just about to throw something on the Barbie?
Yeah, chuck a steak, some sausages. Prawns. I'm not saying shrimp because we don't call them shrimp.
We had a brony who was from Australia. He used to say that all the time. He's like, we call him prawns. Fucking kill you if you say fucking shrimp.
Did his name happen to be Fiber?
No, it was DSP or DCP Pony.
I was going to say DSP.
No. He was an
that's a
no.
DSP is someone else entirely.
No, I found out about the King of Catfish much later on.
Yeah.
I have a cousin who lives in Australia.
I know too many people in Australia. I hope to see it one day.
Is his name Jace? No one got that. That's fine.
Who, me? No, my cousin's a female. Her name is Jessica.
I was doing a Team Fortress joke, anyways.
Speaking of Australia as well, I actually got a message a couple of weeks ago from someone else who was in Australia that because there was two names. I'll start by saying first that Kiwi Farms ran this program which basically found all the usernames mentioned in the logs, and two of them were Australian furries, and this guy messaged me basically saying, are these guys zoo sadists? And I went through and found out they were only mentioned in passing.
You want a fun one? I got this one from my friend Leo, where he's like, okay, so I got this map to show up. It shows you all the criminals around you. And he's like, you see all those red dots? Yeah, those are sex offenders. What are all the other dots? Oh, they're all different ones. But they're more red dots than anything else. I know. That's horrifying.
But yeah,
I had a horrifying experience the other night.
Well, go ahead. Sharing means caring.
They've deleted their account since then, but I literally had someone reach out to me, who I think Aussie Burb over here might have ran into him because I remember bringing it up in our chat. But this guy was literally going around for attention and like LARPing as a sadist in the ring.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Retard.
Yeah, he came to me and he was like, I have this sadist harassing me, but I think I'm a sadist too. And I'm like, why do you say that? And it just went completely crazy. I mean, he was just like, I think I like it. I've been into it for a week. I'm like, you're not just into it for a week and all of a sudden you're a sadist. And he thought he had like exclusive info, but really it was like all the stuff from Kiwi Farms. And he was like, I'm afraid, I'm scared, but I like it, but I want therapy. But I'm just like, dude, why are you even trying to associate with these people? Like, you don't understand the danger that you're putting yourself in trying. Yeah, I don't even know what to say to him. I mean, I was so confused. But he's all like, I like it though. And it's like, go get help. He's like, I don't know.
I made a comment before. It's like you don't get attracted to zoo sadism in a week. You know, it's a thing that develops over time. I'd imagine.
Yeah.
The same way that zoo sadism, escalates to someone being a serial killer. You know, it's a gradual thing. At least I'd imagine, anyways. You know, it's not like.
What's the fastest fetish you've ever picked up, then? Without getting specific, just go the date of time, not the fetish, but how long did it take for you to pick something up? Week, month?
I mean, I didn't look at one image and then,
Well, no. The way I assume that someone you were with like suggested something in passing, and then like you thought it over. Maybe that's how it happened. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. Like the way I see it is like I see something, say on a porn site, and I'll think, oh, that's kind of interesting. I'll mull it over. Yeah, not to get into.
I'm imagining you there with a smoker's jacket and a glass of wine swishing it around to the firelight by the campfire or the fucking fireplace. I'm drunk, forgive me. And you're just going, yes, I think that might actually amuse me a little bit.
Yes,
it's bondage my thing. But yeah, it's not like you just see something immediately. Like,
well, this guy's excuse was these videos were given to him by some weird source. I don't know. He linked a pretty nasty name. It was really gross. But I even looked on that account to see who it was, and it showed up as nothing. But he said, this account gave it to me. I was watching it. I got into it. But I'm scared now because someone is threatening to leak my info. They know where I go to school. And I'm like, well, you kind of put yourself out there. I mean, you're pretending to be a sadist. He goes, I just wanted attention. I'm like, this is the wrong kind of attention.
I guess you could pretend.
I just wanted to be noticed.
Well, pretend to be
How desperate do you have to be?
Yeah, pretend to be a porn star or something. You'll get noticed that way, Jesus.
I mean, if you want attention that badly, just call Mr. Medica a pedophile.
I know, right?
I don't know. After fucking Jim tried to do it, he might have higher standards. Or, Medica. Yeah, fucking Sargon tried to do it to him. He'd be like,
honestly...
The boomer groomer.
I'm honestly curious if Jim's gonna continue on with this this furry sadist.
Okay,
shit.
so
like,
he
I'm
said
really curious.
from what I saw from the last stream that came up like today or whatever, maybe yesterday, he's going to do back another one, and he's having somebody from Kiwi Farms come on to talk to him. Like, think next Sunday Fun Day, whatever.
Yeah, it's probably Null.
Yeah, was it the name of the guy?
Null.
Null's the guy who owns it. He's usually a guest with Mr. Medica, so makes sense.
Null actually banned me from Kiwi Farms for calling the cops. I'm not even kidding either.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I even one of the officers I've been talking to, he actually asked me to give Null his contact information and give the officer Null's contact information so they can exchange emails. I just heard from the officer today who told me that they have exchanged emails because it was about some of the threads and some of the information that he was actually asking Null if he could pull it down. He emailed Null a couple times with a phone number saying, hey, call me so I can talk to you about this and see what we can do about it. Null never called.
So he didn't want it up, or what? He didn't want to be associated with the police?
No. The officer wanted some of the stuff redacted, one of the stuff taken down on specific individuals, especially when it was relating to the families. Like, for example, like Snake Thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm not really familiar with YouTube.
You're allowed to say Snake Thing, but you know what? If you keep it the first name, you'll probably be fine.
Okay, I really want to drop this fucker's name. Like, I'm serious. I hate this guy so bad.
Maybe if you do it during a cough or something. Not that I would ever suggest that, but if you were to spontaneously cough out the name right now, I mean, you know.
Well, anyone who goes on Kiwi Farms, it's correct. Just what's on Kiwi Farms, that's correct.
Okay.
I'll drop a hint here. His first name is a book in the Bible that describes that is where homosexuality is declared. A no-no. That's his
oh my
first
god,
name.
that's ironic.
Okay.
Can I just say his first name, please?
Yeah, just say the first name. You'll be fine.
It's Levi.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. That was mentioned in
confirmed.
it was mentioned either in fucking it was mentioned in the second Medicare stream, I think. The persecution one, Levi. Yeah. So no, you're not
him.
You're technically not fucking doxing it. It was already up on Medicare's.
Yeah, well anyway, he wanted Null to pull some of the stuff down because some people actually posted on there Levi's family, like their faces and everything, even the nephews and he did not like that at all because this family was getting death threats. And him being a cop, he has to protect both sides of the law. So he can't really work against Levi if he's got to protect this family now from death threats. So I went in and was asking Null, hey, this cop wants to talk to you, see if we can get this stuff pulled down. He didn't believe me. So I exchanged the contact information so they can talk to each other. The officer made contact, said, hey, Null, I'm here. Here's my phone number. Call me so we can talk about this.
No.
And Null never called.
All right, so let me give you a little tip there. If police don't get in touch with you, you don't have to do it. He probably knew that. He
said they exchanged emails of truce. I mean, so obviously Null is talking to him in email, but he just didn't call him.
Okay.
But thankfully, we did get some. Whoever posted that did get it taken down, and the officer was just very happy about that. He said Kiwi Farms has kind of actually been kind of helpful with everyone who's commenting and submitting info on it. But I will say his very first thought about it was a slanderous website. I mean, he did not like it at all.
I mean, pretty much everyone else involved. Like, if you look at the site and pretty much every other furry, it's basically just them. Like, they're just, doxing them and shit for just acting retarded on the internet. It's not like they're, at least a lot of them are genuine criminals.
Like the 50 pages of ice cream?
Oh, that's something completely different. That's
It was still funny.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about any mention of the furries who aren't involved in the zoosadism ring. The lolcows is their terminology, but they're.
Oh, they banned me too.
No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the site. I'm talking about the term lolcow.
I'm not familiar with that. I mean, a lot of this is really new to me. I've never been this deep into whatever the hell this was.
All right, so I got news for you, Grizzly. If you got banned off of there, he probably, if he knows enough about you, you're a lolcow by now. Probably. Well,
yeah,
the way I've described
me.
it, like this is like, look, someone somewhere will write something about you, which may or may not be true. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. Unless it's really fucked up, nobody reads. You're gonna be okay.
I mean,
I don't really care. They actually already talked about me on the Kiwi Farm threads. They're like, me and someone else and Zesis was LARPing as FBI agents.
That's
funny how I never get a mention.
You don't want it.
No, you just get all the good shit.
Yeah, like actually, I did get one mention. It's like someone posted a screenshot, and my name was there, Aquinas Audax, and there was this user on Kiwi Farms called Aquinas, and he was like, "What? Who the fuck is this Audax faggot? And why does he have my name?" And yeah,
I remember that.
that was some good shit.
Hey, Fox got a shout out from Medicare though. That was pretty freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, CSI motherfucker.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember. Like, wasn't that the one where like pretty soon this CSI motherfucker is going to be coming after you? What are you going to say soon?
Yeah.
Is there a video being? Is there a video being made with that or what?
I don't know.
No, I think it's more. Medica just said that there are people like Fox, who's a CSI motherfucker, and is comparing Kero's garage to a garage with a dog being molested in it, and
basically that night that we went ahead and were like, release the Kraken, and Fox posted that screenshot and tagged Dogpatch and I think Medicare in it, and he got a hold of it and he put it in his video. I mean, we were screaming. It was such a good night.
Oh yeah, that was a party.
Oh man, we actually had another good night too. I'm really happy about that.
Was that the persecution stream or just? When Ashley Zoe Fox did the DNCA Medicare immediately responded with the persecution stream, and we were partying then.
It took him a day or two.
Oh
but he got
man,
there.
I wonder if I can share what the officer told me about her transcript. Oh my god, I want to say it.
Do it.
Should I?
Sure.
Because you already know what it is. Okay, basically the officer that is overseeing Kero's case right now, and I guess some others did too, but I brought his attention to her transcript with her psychologist friend. He looked over this and actually reached out to this crime division, and he said that there is like a sex division or sex crime division for this does not exist. This is false. Who made this? And I immediately was like, oh shit, she's in trouble. And he's also seen her interview with Kero as well.
The thing is that the transcript itself was so retarded. It was like, the furry known as Kero. It's like you're telling me, Grizzly, the officer always referred to Kero as his real name, never as his fucking furry name.
Yep. He always referred to him as either a first name or a last name, but it was mostly the last name. But he has never once said the furry known as Kero. Anybody who believed that is unbelievable.
Just the shit that people come up with. I remember there was this guy from Perth, the place where I'm from, who tried to claim that they were the super hacker who was just doing it, pulling it. It's just a prank bro on Kero. It's like,
Ashley, is that you?
No, it wasn't Ashley, because they actually were from Perth, because the time on their desktop actually matched their their my time essentially. Because we're from the same place, so I actually asked my my local furry group if they heard about this fucker, and they're like, "Oh, nah." So
another thing we've been dealing with as far as stupid Kero defenders, there was another thing that came up. There are so many people trying to get us to release publicly that Coda video. I have never had so many people asking me for freaking free dog porn in my entire life.
Ugh.
It's not even
I assume you could find it if you looked, right?
It wasn't released to the public. I mean, but apparently, it was never in the original leaks. We were told by the source.
Step, you said you saw it, right? Step?
So what?
I thought you said you saw the fucking...
Oh, well, yeah, fucking one of them.
But it
was just randomly,
We're talking about a specific video that wasn't distributed, at least in any super public capacity.
From the Kero thing, right?
Yeah, it was. It was a video that wasn't included in the original.
I think I saw the one with the deer. That was it.
Yeah, that's not it. None of the videos that were in the original leak, none of those were what this video was. Like, it was not included.
Okay.
Yeah, those videos.
Is it worse than those, or?
Oh no, not even close. It's the video.
It's quote unquote tame.
Yeah, I'll just say that
as tame as you know.
It's just disgusting.
You could get better bestiality porn on the front page of Beast Forum. You know, it's not.
How do you know this?
Because I've been researching this shit.
We've been in this for like a month.
I know.
It's bad. It was so bad. But I mean, there's just so much around here. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, he wasn't that bad. Like, I have never seen so many people go from, well, anybody who believes that, having sex with animals is, okay, then, send them all to hell. But then all of a sudden it's like, well, since he kind of said he was a little into it, maybe it's not so bad. I mean, at least he didn't, do what the sadist did. At least he didn't kill his dog. It's like, how do we go from
at least he didn't
files to at least he didn't do what they did?
At least he didn't perform a Mortal Kombat fatality on him, which I did see a picture which the phrase Mortal Kombat fatality is that's a perfect description of it.
It is.
What, they have swords or some shit?
Oh no. I won't go into detail, but it's one of the earlier Sub-Zero fatalities. Let's just say.
Oh, the head rip. Jeez.
Oh yeah. You just said it, but yeah, essentially that.
So he ripped off the head of a deer?
No, of a dog.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was picturing he had 2 handfuls of antlers and was tugging on the head.
There is a picture in one of the Kero conversations of him sending it to Snake Thing, where it's a dead deer, there's a picture of a wet mouse, there's a picture of a dead fox. I mean, it is... Oh my god, it's so gross. And his body parts are in it too, his freaking junk area, and I don't want to see another penis again for as long as I live. I'm sorry.
So I actually made a comment in the group that I actually hoped that Kero's penis was really small, so that Coda wouldn't have been hurt as much.
Yeah.
It was.
Good lord. So we're talking today about Kero's extra small alleged penis. For everybody, for those 2 people who just joined.
It was literally in a picture next to a mouse.
I'm just saying, I hope it is, just for Coda's sake,
Oh my god.
I mean, that's something people don't really like. All these defenders saying that he's just a little bit into zoophilia. They don't know exactly what he did to Coda. He backed Coda into a corner in his camper and basically just shoved his dick down his throat.
And he took enjoyment in it, and that's why we're so frustrated and so sick, because he was just like, oh yeah, I finally figured out how to do with him. I trap him in a small room and make him gag on me. It's just this guy took pleasure in doing that to his dog, a dog he claimed to love.
And also when Coda was dying, he was like, "Oh, I'll regret not having his throat anymore," or something like that. It's like,
yeah, and I mean, and then someone's trying to say, "Well, at least he left the group." It's like, no, you don't realize he left the group for what? Not just a small amount from the time he was involved, and he went back. He's just I just realized I'm not going to change, and I miss seeing the necro stuff, and he took a specific interest in the rape content, the force content.
Yeah, well, that's what Rupsu means. That's his thing.
Oh god, I don't understand how people can choose to defend him. And then I keep forgetting how to say your freaking name. I want to say Aquinas or Aquinas. I don't know how.
Aquinas. It's
Aquinas.
Based
okay,
on,
that I.
Saint Thomas Aquinas.
Okay, so anyway, Aquinas found something very interesting that in 1 month. Here, I'll go ahead and let you say it because it was your discovery of how much in 1 month. How many pictures he sent to Snake, and how many of it was really art?
Yeah, I'll cover that. There was in October 2016, I believe, he sent three pictures were shared. I can't remember who sent what, but there was 3 pictures sent of feral art. I was going to say 4, but I realized that Zabi Vaka is an anthro character, so that doesn't count.
And it was 3 out of what 300 and something pictures.
260. Yeah, I remember the exact number.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm obsessive about this.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, out of all the 200 and something, only 3 was art.
the hat fic. What was that?
What the?
The what?
It's in the chat. Darkness to the Max. Or any of y'all heard the hat fic?
It's a fan fiction of what? Is that what you're talking about, or?
No, I'm just reading from the Skype chat.
Oh, okay.
That's the question. Any of y'all heard the hat fic? I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
Yeah, if you'd like to explain, Darkus, we're not having you in the stream.
I mean, it'll help if you used your mic.
Darkus isn't in the call. Can you hear me?
Beep, 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 beep.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Copy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Darkus isn't in the call, if that's what he's asking.
Well, it says he's in the call for me, it's just that his mic's muted.
Darkus?
Yeah, I think so.
How are they
sorry,
mistaking
Mike-
you for Darkus?
What?
They did! People who don't even know Darkus are mistaking you for Darkus, Step! Oh my god! It's perfect!
No,
They were mistaking me.
I have never been more offended.
You should be.
They-
You are. That
they
is the
were
new.
mistaking
That is
me.
the new British brony, Stephius. Jesus.
No, they were mistaking me for Darkus. But no, the hat fic is a fan fiction where two YouTubers fuck a gerbil.
fucking what?
It's a gerbil.
And they kill it.
Why?
It's really fucked up.
No. No.
Well, okay. All I can say here that is I'm just glad it's not fucking real at this point. You know, that's the silver lining. That's how low we've gone. I'm happy
Best
it's not
part was
real.
those two YouTubers weren't even furries.
I have a drink in my hand, and I'm like, I need a drink. That's what you just did to me.
I'm about ready to
I've-
take him
I've-
shots, personally.
I've gotten to the point where I'm just glad someone's a zoophile and not a zoo sadist. That's how low my standards have gotten.
That's
Oh
horrifying.
god.
But yeah, those two, the two YouTubers that were in the fanfic were not furries either.
Well then.
Lovely.
The hat fic, Darkus.
No. I was gonna bring up that one.
Well, I did learn something new during all this too about an event I've never heard about until now.
What's that?
Someone decided to educate me on a Mr. Hands story.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know what that was until all this started, and now I wish I've never heard it.
Buh.
I mean, again, the standards are so low. I'm just glad that it didn't involve like actual torture.
I don't.
I don't know. I'm still
Thank
pretty
God.
grossed out by zoos. I mean, that's not really going to change for me, no matter
That's
which
Yeah,
way
no.
it goes. I'm still going to be grossed out by it, and especially when someone tries to come at me and like, well, I mean, what if it's just videos? And it's like you're still taking part in it. I don't care how you try to spin that. You're still taking part in it to me.
You're still contributing to it. That's how economics works. You're a consumer. You're creating demand for the product to be made.
Yeah,
That's
it's like CP.
I-
Something had to be
Yeah, and that
harmed
was
for that.
the biggest thing with Snake. He was feeding these people addictions and took pride with it. Like, he made content, he distributed content, he collected content, and he was handing it out like free candy. I don't understand how anyone can get this low in life, and I'm just glad that at least the police are aware of what's going on.
I have
paid for it?
I have a mental image in my head. There's like Snake thing. Like, is he a scrawny, like wiry, like white guy with a beard? Like, I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Probably
There's pictures on Kiwi Palms.
I swear,
Yeah.
I was just putting
is he a
together.
redhead?
No.
No, it's more of a weird blonde brown. I recognize his face. Like, I've memorized his face at this point, looking at freaking pictures of him in terrible ways, and just I don't want to hear. I don't want to see his face again.
I was trying to put together a mental image, and I was sitting there thinking, okay, what does this psycho look like? You ever see The Devil's Rejects? I was like, oh, he probably looks like one of the people from, probably somebody from the Firefly family. Yeah.
In a similar vein, like I've memorized what Coda looks like.
Same. And like, it's weird how it came to be, but I mean, this dog deserved to be remembered. He deserved so much more than what Kero did to him, and the fact that people are stepping on it, saying, someone actually accused me and our group of recreating Kero's garage and buying a dog that looks just like Coda just to frame him. I am not even kidding.
Who the
They're all like,
These geniuses.
All right. So.
All right, you know what? I could.
You want to know the response to that?
huh?
Bitch, we ain't MythBusters.
Yeah.
Well, thing is, we showed them everything. We were able to match his wall. We showed him, and this is another thing that
His wall.
That was,
Classic.
oh my god! Like, as soon as Fox released that picture on Twitter, as soon as that happened and said, "Hey, we matched his Periscope video to the video we got of his dog," he immediately went and deleted all his Periscope videos.
Nice.
Also, there's another thing as well, but it's not just the fact that it was the garage, but that also correlates with where Coda would have been in terms of Kero's life, because that garage is Kero's parents' house, and Coda lived with Kero's parents. That's like he mentioned that Kero mentioned that he only gets to see his dogs every couple of months because he lived in a dorm or apartment, and in I won't say where, but
in the parents' place. In the parents' place.
In college.
He wasn't living with the parents. He was living in a. He was living away from the parents, and essentially, because if that video matched up with, say, like Coda's bedroom, you could say you could refute with Coda wouldn't have been there, but because it was it's that specific garage, like where Coda would have been, that just like makes it even that just makes it even more proof.
I wonder if his parents knew he did that.
Well, they do know now.
Oh yeah, I feel really bad for his parents, to be honest.
I wonder if when his parents found out, they were like, "All right, time to disown."
I was honestly waiting for someone to be like, because they went from accusing our group of recreating the scene. I was literally waiting for someone to take it even a step further, because we showed them every evidence to show. Like, we showed so many different screenshots saying, this is the garage, this is the video that's, with the garage in it, with the dog. And you showed them everything. They're just like, well, I still don't believe it. I have to see the video for myself. And it's like, no, not today, Satan. You're not getting your free dog porn. Well, when that happened, I was literally waiting for someone to be like, well, what if it was his parents that was trying to frame it? It's like, oh my god.
Now it's going to happen. Now that you gave them the idea, they're like, "Ooh, we didn't think of that."
Oh my god! If that turns
run out of excuses, like every single Kero defender that was like hardcore defending him, and ever since all this evidence came out, they're just like, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to stay neutral in this. I don't want anything to do with it. This is just drama. Everyone needs to drop it. I'm neutral now." And it's like, really? That's it? You're done?
These people don't really understand the definition of neutral.
I mean, like, not taking sides, like, completely staying out of it.
I mean, they come up with all these...
Sweden.
They come up with all these stretches on how it could have been faked, quote unquote. But no, there's nothing substantial. Like the Iranian super hacker thing, the recreating the garage. There's nothing. There's nothing to prove that. And obviously, burden of proof applies both directions. You can't just come up with some super conspiracy and not have anything to back it up.
And there's been so many people coming forward. It's like, well, I have proof that he's innocent, and it's just like, okay, bring it forth, and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah, I was actually speaking on some. I was actually talking to someone on Twitter, and they basically said, "Oh, it's proven the logs are fake," and I was like, proven fake. You got to have a lot of evidence to back that up. And I was like, "Oh, it's all over Twitter." It's the same thing with just telling someone to Google it. It's not an argument. It's not evidence.
Not to mention, like we've told. I know I've told people, but it's like, listen, if you have any proof that can be done, like real solid proof that any of this is fake, literally, please bring it forward. Like, I would be so open and happy to see any type of new evidence, and I have yet to see anything. I just get people screaming at me, you just hate him. And it's like, I have never even, like, believe it or not, I've been in this community for 10 years, and I have never, ever heard of Kero the Wolf until this happened.
Yeah, same.
I knew of him, but mostly through collabs with other furry YouTubers, and I sort of thought his suit was cute. That's the extent of it. But I wanted all this to be fake just for the sake of the animals. And
nobody wants to believe this is real.
No,
I know I didn't.
I'm willing to believe it. I know that there's some fucked up shit in the world.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that was crazy about this too is how widespread this was. Like, how many people were from, there were even people outside of the country that were involved in this. And it was just shocking, the amount of this and how big this network was, and how this was literally created by Snake Thing to bring all these people together into one place.
I mean, to be honest, Satan's got something similar.
What's that?
Satan's got a big network that can bring all these people into one place, but it's going to take a while.
All right.
I mean, that's something else. Like, just on the basis of all this, I actually want to. I actually want hell to be real.
Well, you can make it real.
Literally just, I know. We were talking about we were going to dig another circle of hell just to throw all the Z-Sadists in.
Oh no, just bring them to California. This is coming from someone who lives in California. It's like hell out here.
Oh man, I'm right next to you, and I want to get out of here. It's hell here too, and that's another thing. During this leak, when I was going through logs, I actually discovered one of the people that were mentioned in the logs. They weren't exactly in the ring, but they were on a list that was in the logs, and they were also mentioned by two of the people in the logs that actually lived right where I live. And he's a pedophile, and he's a pedophile.
Oh, was that the RLC list?
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's something else I want to add to that. RLC, that stands for Real Life Cub, and I actually found evidence in the BBB logs that basically said that RLC is child porn. It's not it doesn't refer to puppies; it refers to actual humans.
Yeah, they'd use RLC, CP, or a cheese pizza, and it's oh my god, I've never been so sick of pizza in my whole life.
If they're but doesn't everyone know CP is child porn? There's no.
RLC I think is a new one.
What's that one?
Yeah, I've never seen RLC
Real Life
until
Cub.
This.
Well, RLC is very specific because Cub is very specific.
It's basically just child furries, child age furries. I despise Cub.
Yep.
Yeah. This whole thing has just been completely crazy. I could literally go on this forever and ever and ever, but I won't do that because I'm totally not going to hog your stream. But
no, I was just go ahead.
This has been going on for a month, and the amount of stuff we found and the amount of stuff that we had to read through, look at, videos to watch. A lot of us have to seek therapy over this. It is that traumatizing. And that way, when people would come into my DMs, whether it was on my Twitter or whether it was on my Telegram, they would want to see this content. It's do you have a copy of the content or the logs or the zip file or whatever? And I'm no, I'm not giving this to you. I am not going to distribute this to you because it's I would never want anyone to look at this in their whole life. If I can encourage someone not to look at this content for their own mental well-being, then I'm not going to be responsible for any type of trauma that comes from it because I'm not going to do it.
I went into this at my own risk, so yeah, that's all on me. But if I'm honest with myself, I went into this because I have kids, so you can imagine from a parent's point of view reading this stuff. I especially took interest in Snake Thing and the wait, am I allowed to say the other dude's name or his alias? Yeah, Sanji.
Yeah, that was mentioned on this.
That's the alias. That's not his real name.
Okay, so yeah, I was looking at the logs between Snake Thing and Sanji, and as a parent, I am sitting there horrified. I don't cry a lot from a lot of things, but I was screaming, I was crying, I threw up. I literally threw up reading this stuff, and I wasn't even a quarter of the way through. It was terrifying. It was traumatizing because you always get told by your parents, about monsters and about pedophiles, but then when you act, it's like looking into the world, looking into their mind, and it was sickening.
Yeah, because the way they talk about it as well, they talk about in all the cutesy emoticons and O-words and U-words, it's just...
Oh, woo! Time to look at some child porn.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty much that, yeah.
Yeah, they were carefree about it. And it's they were totally fine with it. They might as well have been discussing, dinner plans. Because it was that casual. It was literally that casual. Of
Well,
hey, look at this, hey, look at that, and he was grooming both of his nephews, but was telling Sanji that, oh, this one is a little more receptive than this other one, so I'm going to continue on with him. They were conspiring to meet up and sexually assault this child.
No, I grabbed a clip of that for the last video I did. I got it.
Oh, man. Man, I want to start sharing some good news, but I don't know how much I'm really allowed to share. But I really.
We'll tell you what. When someone gets arrested, you could always come back.
Oh yeah.
Like
send me an audio file. I will make a video.
If someone gets arrested, I literally said in the chat, if someone gets arrested, I'm recording myself doing a dance.
Yeah, we're waiting to see that.
I'll have to record it though.
No, I
don't want to drop too much, but I will at least say something is happening.
Okay.
Like, I don't want people to lose hope in this. I don't want this to burn out, but something is happening.
We don't want it to end up like the Toon Critic situation.
Oh no,
I'm not familiar with that
big
one.
Shit,
so.
big.
Brony pedophile got reported to the FBI, but didn't even get questioned.
No.
What?
Yeah, he even tried to groom a kid and get her to come out and visit him, and he sent like fucking boxer short shots of his crotch to the girl, and they didn't do anything. He confessed on fucking video. I mean, he didn't know he was being recorded, but nothing happened.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too into the brony community, so I don't know what happens on that.
Oh no, he got pretty like there was a couple schleps, but nobody of note who defended him at that point. So there was some dumbasses who tried to forgive him, and then got fucking dogpiled for doing it. That fits a little too well, doesn't it? Just a shout out to Dr. Wolf's dumbass fucker. Anyways,
there's another dumbass on Kiwi Farms that I would totally love to annihilate right now, but I'm not going to be that bad.
Yeah, so something I want to bring up with
let me. All right. Grizzly, let me give you some advice. Fighting a non is like punching into the ocean. You're only ever going to drown. That's a bad idea. If you you can't fight somebody who's just anonymous. It just doesn't work.
But yeah, so I want to bring up with something that Kero defenders have come up with. They were saying like, oh, we need to forgive him, but he hasn't apologized. How are we supposed to forgive someone who doesn't apologize and acknowledge what they've done? Like, even if I wouldn't forgive him anyway, but he hasn't even made an attempt to apologize. Why on earth would I forgive someone who hasn't even made the slightest attempt to apologize?
No, and that's another thing. He's like he doesn't show any remorse, and he thought it was smart to go ahead and delete like a whole bunch of his tweets. Like, someone actually grabbed a screenshot of him using some kind of I don't know if it was a bot or something, like, to go and delete a bunch of tweets. I mean, he retweeted the Koth video that he did that admitted to the logs are real, and then I guess he retweeted it or something. I mean, he was backtracking, deleting all these different things. The tweet about how, I'm going to take a break from my mental health, that was deleted. And I mean, he thinks that by this point, maybe if I deleted everything, I'm going to be safe. It's like everything is archived, everything is screenshotted. We have everything. Like, I don't know what he thinks he's gonna do or get away with, just going and deleting some tweets.
I think with there's another element as well with the mental health one, is that there are a bunch of tweets basically calling him out on his shit. Like, I actually made a comment on one of his things, was like, talking about the 3 out of 268 images with feral are basically just calling him out, and then following it up with the with the dog video, with that screenshot. And it was like, I think that's the reason, is because or at least part of the reason is because there's a bunch of all this shit in the replies basically showing that he's a lying son of a bitch, which he is. Yeah. I
was waiting for him to delete my tweet, because I went and commented on one of his tweets about the when he was saying that he was hacked, and you cannot prove I was not hacked. I literally
that's not how burden of proof works, you dumbass.
Yeah, I went on there, and so everyone can see that he wasn't hacked, like, at all. Like, of course we already knew that, but all of these logs came from Snake Thing. I uploaded a screenshot showing Snake Thing giving out his login information. He trusted close friends with this, and he gave out his login information as well as the the code to get in, I guess the verification code or whatever that Telegram sends you, for people to get into his account. And in one log with Tane, he's talking about how he likes the idea of being blackmailed. That it was a fantasy of his.
Yeah, I just found there was a YouTuber, I forget the person's name, I just cited them recently, who pointed that out. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck.
Yeah, that's Lara Minecraft.
Yeah, that was a good catch, actually. That was the first time I saw someone point it out in a video.
Well, Grizzly found that first, so she's the one who found that, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, sorry, that was the first video I caught it in. I don't read it.
It wasn't in any videos, it was just that she was the first one to actually find the evidence and post it to Twitter. Yeah, it's been around for a little bit now.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of already knew that he wasn't hacked to begin with. I mean, his stories have changed so much. I mean, he's contradicted himself, he's backpedaled. I mean, you can see it in the logs between him, Zosh, and Koth, you know. Well, can we just not say I'm a zoophile? It's like, but you are. And it's like, but, I mean, it wasn't that bad. And what did he say that about, like, 95% of that is fake and only the 5% that's good is real?
Oh, yeah, everything that makes me look bad is fake. Yeah.
Yep. It's like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and throw in all the bad stuff just to make you look horrible, dude.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I made a comment. It's like, for someone to pull this off, they'll have to be like the most smartest, most cunning fucking son of a bitch on earth. But you know, Kero doesn't know anyone like that. Kero hasn't angered anyone like that. I remember in the Cathorix logs, he was like Cathorix asked him like who would do this to you, and he brought up some stuff in his like high school years about how he was against hunting, and a bunch of his classmates hated him. It was like it's not going to be some rural kid in like New York. It's going to be if someone's going to pull this off, it's going to be an established like massive super hacker who absolutely hates Kero for whatever reason. Which
not to mention the amount of work that went into this. I mean, this wasn't just one person; it was multiple people with 2 years worth of catalogs that actually
settles
flow.
It. That's why Lizard Squad's gone missing this whole time. They're like, you know what? We could be making tons of money. You're right, though. Going after Kero's just too good. It was they'll never know it's coming.
Also, as well, like if you're gonna choose if you're gonna out a furry for being into this shit, just to stir up some shit, they would have done it to Majira. They would have done it to someone way more popular than Kero.
I don't know who that is either.
Yeah, I don't.
I think he's like the most popular of the furry YouTubers. But yeah, they would have targeted him, not Kero.
When I think of the most popular furry in the fandom, I always think Telephone. I think it's just because I know her in real life, but I mean that's just who I think of. I mean she's great, but when people tell me, oh yeah, this person, like, okay, who are they? And like same thing with Kero. It's like I don't know who this person is, and from what I've gathered about him, apparently he only got known because he did an interview with another YouTuber, Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see, I don't even know who he is either.
He's not really relevant anymore, I'm pretty sure.
Shane Dawson is currently making people like Jake Paul.
Oh,
Ew.
that's horrifying.
No, actually what he's doing is like he's going through and he's like interviewing people that Jake Paul used to know, and Jake Paul himself, and they're like, it's basically he's just giving Jake Paul an opportunity to say everything he hasn't said and speak the truth.
But who cares?
Yeah.
People do.
Like, and that's another thing I noticed about this. I've talked about this in the group. I've talked about this on Twitter. I mean, I don't understand putting people on pedestals. I just don't. I don't understand them idolizing, okay, Kero has a fursuit, he can, turn on a camera, record himself, and then press the upload button. Like, it doesn't take a super genius to do that. Like, why does that make him so famous? And that was another thing that I got in an argument with some people on Twitter about, is don't idolize people, because when this stuff, like, just because they're known on YouTube or in movies or anything like that, it doesn't make them immune to doing horrible things. And that was one of the main arguments I seen is, well, Kero wouldn't do this. I know him so well.
Well, hold it.
And it's like, how do you know him? It's like, well, I watch his videos.
Well, here I got to read.
Yeah, like I watch his videos, and it's like that doesn't mean you know him. You only know him what he's like in front of the camera. How can you positively say that you don't know who he is?
So I got to read off a super chat. So,
sorry.
Manuel Garcia says Shane Dawson is the grandpa of YouTube back when the first convention.
Probably meaning back when conventions for YouTube first started happening. He was around back then.
Yeah.
Which is true. He's been on YouTube for over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
I don't know it either. When I heard Shane Dawson, I was like, is that one of those white people sitcoms? Is that like up there with Wings and Friends and shit that boring motherfuckers watch?
I didn't even know who Medicare was before this.
What?
I didn't even know who Medicare was before this.
I only have ever heard of Shane Dawson. I never actually watched his content before.
Yeah, same.
It's stupid. It's fun if you want to turn off your brain and just hear some shit that you'd hear in normal California conversations. In other words, I'm immune.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Medicare before all of this.
He's a who?
I've heard of Medicare.
Yep.
I've watched quite a lot.
I took a liking to I don't agree with some of the stuff he talks about and everything. I mean, everyone's always going to have differences no matter where you come from, but I'm not going to lie. He brought up a lot of good points about the fandom. I mean, the people that are saying, no, that's not... I mean, I'm sorry, but you're in denial. Like, I mean, in just this year alone, how many people have we had outed for being a pedophile or being a zoophile or for, just terrible things?
Or ERPing with minors.
Yeah, that's... feels kind of low on the totem pole recently, but the whole thing I picked up on Medicare after I was dumb enough to get into a fight with him back in my day. When the Daddy 05 thing dropped, I was sitting there I think I first saw it on Suit Yourself's channel, and I was just glancing around at other videos, and I was like, oh, Medicare did it. Well, the ass whooping I got was pretty bad. Oh, fuck. I could have looked at that. I could have gone to, Boogie's channel, or I could have gone to Keemstar, but I chose to go to the one that would bite, and that's the appeal. In these situations, you do want somebody that can grab people's attention and going, hey, pay attention, fucker, slap you in the face, and it gets you to fucking pay attention, and that's what Jim's fucking talent is. It makes you fucking listen.
That first execution stream was done what, 1 a.m, and you got 17,000 people watching.
Oh yeah, we were having a party in the chat room. We were so excited. That was so cool.
I only got a half hour into the persecution one. The other one I got just past. I think fucking Ashley's Fox.
We had to go to the Ashley one. We just had to.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
That was fucking gold. I'm gonna bury this guy in the back of my fucking goddamn yard with my John Deere tractor. You dumb motherfucker! I was like, oh.
What do you name that? What do you name that stream? A handicap mascot is coming for me.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know until he was reading, because I got banned off Kiwi Farms, so I don't really go on it anymore. I mean, there's no point. But when he was reading off Ashley's Kiwi Farms, I did not know that was actually her real name.
Okay.
Ashley Zofox. I did not know that was the legal name.
Oh shit, we doxing?
I mean, it's on the channel. It's on the
YouTube
fucking...
turns the service, no!
But then Ashley needs to be thrown off because Ashley doxed herself.
You played yourself.
Did she dox herself?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that. I was like, wait, really? Someone actually did that?
Did you think that the island of Dr. Monroe was too much of a joke there? Because I kind of looked at Ashley's face and I looked at fucking Marlon Brando in the later years. I was like, that matches up a little too well. Oh, and it's a furry. It matches on so many levels. And he's fat.
What was Medica comparing him to? Like Jim Sterling to someone else?
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm not picking on Brother Jim.
I got mad respect for Jim. I mean, he says it like it is. He says his blunt. I mean, he speaks his mind.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I have to admire that, because everything he was saying about because some things are kind of some things are like, oh yeah, you're spot on, but I mean, I have to agree with a lot of things he said about the furry fandom. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of people that are getting outed for being pedophiles, zoophiles, or scammers, or serious shit. That's terrible. I mean.
Well, there's always going to be scammers.
I mean, it's not a coincidence.
Yeah, I think I actually made a comment in Kiwi Farms. It was like, as long as there's these zoo sadists, we deserve all the flack we get. We kind of deserve to be called dog fuckers and fur fags.
Let me bounce one off you that I had a question for.
Ready?
Do you know anything about the anime community, like the anime analysis community?
Nope.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, well, I know you do, AZ.
I've watched one anime.
Okay. Well, then I'm swimming uphill. But
Which anime was it?
But long story short, that there's it's all right to say in that community, for at least a lot of the big ones, that there's people out there like Digibro who like things like Lolicon, and I think it's no hold up here.
I love
No,
to
hold up.
watch.
Yeah, no. Have you heard the clip of that?
Yes.
Well, I'm asking them.
No.
Okay,
No.
so
I just noticed they-
no. Let
me
me get you a clip here, and I want to ask you a question afterwards. So,
Okay.
system sound, share screens. Okay, everybody, we're going to that magical clip of fucking Digibro burying himself.
I love that clip.
Oh,
Oh god.
Digibro.
I feel like a child going on a field trip. I love this.
Okay, so get ready. Do you know the Dick Show?
No.
Okay, so Dick Masterson is a guy who has an amazing podcast, and it's funny because people are like, "Oh, if Dick is such a great guy, how come Medicare or he hasn't been on the Meadow stream?" Because Jim's been on the Dick Show, so you could say that.
Oh, that's
So you could say that Jim knows Dick. Anyways,
However, I will
I
say
just
that
know dick
it's
figures.
Digibro.
wait
Dummy
for it.
faces.
I don't know if this is accurate because I don't know the terminology of like anime shit, but you are self-professed, what is it, lolicon fan?
Yes.
Does that mean that? What does that mean?
It means that I am a huge fan of illustrations of little girls getting fucked.
Oh. Now,
Wait for it. It gets better.
See, that makes it. You see what you
Listen
when
to
you
this
do
shit.
that,
Yeah.
it makes it very uncomfortable.
Of course it does. But, like, I have to fight for that shit harder than anybody because I like that shit.
I
And
know.
if I'm not doing anything wrong and I'm looking at the shit, that means I gotta be on the front fucking line.
However, I will.
Okay, so now, do you think it's odd that there's nobody in that community, despite shit like that being said, that there are no pedophiles being found? Is it just that they have this titanic, amazing iron will, or do they just know how to shut their fucking mouths just a little bit better?
Yeah, it's definitely the latter.
Yeah,
I'm not touching that one.
that's the one I'd like to ask Digi. I'm like, hey, Digi, if one of your friends turned out, look, you say Lolicon's different than fucking, pedophilia. Okay, I'll give you that one. If one of your friends, one of your close friends, turned out to, like, flipped on the computer and you saw wall-to-wall child porn, you would turn him in. And if the answer is no, I don't agree with any of your statements. Because I get the odd feeling that you people just wouldn't say anything. Oh, it's not my problem. At best.
Well, I guess it's the same reason why furries make such good lolcows on Kiwi Farms. Is because they just won't shut up about themselves. And I guess that's the same thing, This was only made known because Snake Thing was such a retard and gave his login info.
Mm-hmm. And he just gave it to the wrong person one day.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to shame down that kink. It made everybody's job that much easier, didn't it?
Oh, hell yeah.
By all means, if you're a horrible person, I think you should all have blackmail fetishes. Not that I'm condoning the use of blackmail.
Well, we were joking around in chat.
Don't want to
be Vita.
We were joking around in chat that we were literally just made his biggest fantasy come true.
Well, that is a possibility. But
I mean, the fantasy is getting blackmailed, not being exposed.
Okay.
Well, I think didn't he say he was kind of like that too? Like he liked the idea of people knowing his dirtiness.
Oh God.
Yeah, the whole world was.
So he's an exhibitionist as well. Fuck.
That was why.
Yeah, he is literally the whole package. He is legit the whole package.
And that's what Medica says as well. That these degenerate furries are always like, they're never just one flavor of degeneracy. They're all at once.
They're the rainbow pack. They're the rainbow sherbet pack of degeneracy.
God.
Just not as tasty. Ew.
My head just shut off again. I had a point somewhere in there.
And you got distracted by the rainbow sherbet.
Yeah, it did. when you said rainbow pedophilia, that's a thing.
I know.
All I know is, even after all this, after everything that's come out, after everything that's been talked about, it's sad to say, but there's still going to be people in here that's going to be defending that.
We did have a brony who was bigger than Kero who got busted, kind of, sort of, if you'd like to hear about that one.
Was that
well.
Toon Critic?
I'm open.
No, Toon Critic is a little guy next to this one. You ever hear of Fluffle Puff?
Oh, God. Oh, no!
Oh, I have, actually, yeah.
Oh, dude.
No!
Is that the one with the pink fluffy thing and
yeah.
Chrysalis?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
No, you're kidding. Oh my God, please tell me you're kidding.
Oh, I have that on my side channel. Would you like the link?
Oh shit!
Oh my God!
What the heck happened?
All right, so let me take my sorry ass over there. So basically,
I have to see it.
Fucking Fluffle.
Everyone go subscribe to Anthony's side channel, Fan and Frenzy.
Okay, so here's the name of the video. I had a brony originally come up to me and give it's out of the bag. He didn't want originally. We had to change his voice, but like we had other people who wanted to defend Fluffle Puff, so they undigitized his voice to expose him. So the name of the girl who's dating Fluffle Puff, when she started, she was 15. And he was like late 20s, early 30s, some shit like that. Her name's Bayfish. And basically, while he was at the while he was sitting there talking to her, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm taping this call." And she's like, "I thought he was kidding." So what you're saying is he made you aware he was recording you. Yes, but I thought he was kidding. Yeah, legally I think I'm okay. But I'm asking you to. And so I actually had most of my video done by the time that happened. And I went up the fucking chain of command. I went and talked to some high people in my community who originally said, maybe Anthony, you shouldn't bring it up because, Bayfish is 17 now, I think 17 about the time this came out. Maybe you should just, let it go. And I'm like, And then what's funny, Bayfish kept talking, where she's like, "Oh no, my parents met him, and they said because we're both autistic, it's kind of okay."
What?
That high up brony was like, "Honey, would you please stop talking?" But
what is this with this? What is this autism excuse that keeps coming up?
I don't know. But anyways, I went back to one of my other friends who came back to the Brony fandom about the Toon Critic thing. His name's That Creepy Reading, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going, Creepy? What's wrong? Oh, when's your Fluffle Puff video coming out? Oh, I got talked into not putting it out. What? They told me not to put it out because I'll fucking come over there and kick your ass. You're publishing that video." Okay. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, thank God. I thought I was going to be a dick for him. He's like, no, that's fucking retarded. What retard? And I'm not going to bring up the name of whoever fucking told me to because they're normally, I'm just going to assume they had a brain fart that day. But I put it out. That person fucking goddamn had a goddamn meltdown about it. But yeah, Fluffle Puff basically was dating Bayfish when she was 15 and he was like late 20s, early 30s. Reached out to me through a mutual friend and said, "Oh yeah, I'll talk to you at any time." I sent a Discord thing and never got accepted. And I'm like, no, never happened. Tried to bury it. I got a picture, John, of you ever see the pedophilia flag? It looks like the LGBT flag, but it's got like 2 more colors on it.
Oh my
Isn't that
God.
the one that the maps tried to claim? And
yeah, I got a picture of Fluffle Puff drawn wearing that,
Fuck it.
and it's Fluffle Puff
God.
screaming, "Leave me the fuck alone."
I am so disappointed right now. Like,
oh my! I did a follow-up
me
video
and my
to that
husband
one.
Both were like a huge fan of Fluffle, and oh my God.
No, I was
gross
very unbelievably fair about that. I basically said, look, it's very simple. I understand talking to someone like me is kind of hard, and taking time when you have a massive channel, so I'll make it really easy. You show up in the comment section, and you type out yes or no. Here, I'll make it even easier. Type a Y or an N. Can you do that? Never happened.
I love when
I'm in
SNGR
legit
gets,
shock.
I love it when Anthony gets very excited over his drama videos.
Let's see if I could find that one.
God, I'm like legit sad now. Like, I didn't even know about any of this.
Here, I'll grab the follow-up video I did. Let's see.
Jesus.
Where is it? I think this... Yeah, yes or no is literally what I called it. Because I
know what I'm doing. I'm telling my husband to change my ringtone because the Pink Fluffy Unicorn song was my ringtone.
That's actually not
want
Fluffle.
that no more.
That's not Fluffle Puff song.
Oh, it's really not?
No, it's not.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Unicorns dancing on
I know, and that's the funny thing I pointed out, and I'm like, look, I'm you guys are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this Flufflepuff, I liked those animations. I liked this content creator. I'd like to know that basically, yeah, maybe Bayfish is just a dumbass. But that's the other thing about those recordings, which are on the first video, which she tried to flag. It's her talking and defending him. It's not like this isn't a jilted ex. This is someone who really was like, you know, trying to explain, oh, it's not so bad. Which I'm like, okay, I don't know, you know, it speaks for itself.
I see a clip of Tony the Tiger in your bottom right hand corner. What's that all about?
Oh, that's usually just I use that as a screensaver if I need to blank for whatever reason. Like for example,
Busted.
I don't feel so great.
Image 2. Wait, didn't Step leave?
Wait, Step!
When
You
did
came back?
I've been here just like 20 seconds ago. Jesus.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah, no. I just wanted to brag
Like
that
the
we have.
first thing you hear when
I can't say that Flufflepuff is a bigger faggot than Kero. Like that's a lot. Like that is an awful lot. I don't know.
I mean, we know that Kero did a lot worse. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we don't actually like from what I hear, we don't know if Flufflepuff actually like did anything like physical. We know.
Okay, so the term you're looking for at best. No, hold it. The term you're looking for is orbiter. Do you know what that is?
I know what a beta orbiter is, but
an orbiter is basically someone who's, you know, you're camping the girl out till she's legal. So at best, that's what.
Like what Sanji did.
Now theoretically, I think
Sanji wasn't waiting for him to be legal.
Yeah.
No, they were talking about how he's afraid of more jail time. So they were saying that he's
more jail time.
Yeah, he's afraid of more jail. He served a jail sentence. I want to say back in like early 2000s when he went to go meet a minor across state lines or something like that, and he got his record expunged. I don't know how you get your record expunged for that kind of shit, but he was telling Snake Thing in the logs that he doesn't want to go back to jail, and I've heard from more than one person say that he basically just kind of keeps people in his loop until they get close to like, oh, okay, they're 17 and a half, they're almost 18, like they get around there, but he basically keeps them close the entire time before he just says do something ever since his like jail thing. But then it's like, yeah, you think that until you read these logs, because that child was 9 years old when they were talking about this.
Right. Jesus Christ.
My opinion is 9-year-olds should not be on the internet.
No.
Yeah, but then there'll be no audience for Fortnite.
Exactly.
What's the problem?
PewDiePie.
You know, actually,
Think about that.
I will correct you on that. I will correct you on that. My 24, 25-year-old brother watches Fortnite videos.
Yeah. If anybody wants those videos about Flufflepuff, which by the way, yeah, share, like, spread those around. Bring those up whenever you see Flufflepuff, tweet them at him. I still want a yes or a no, a Y or an N. I'm not letting that go.
You should do what Homer Simpson did, have a little bird that keeps tapping Y.
Oh dear.
I was like,
I was having a wonderful, amazing night, and then I get this Flufflepuff news, and now I'm sad.
Those are old, man.
Yeah.
Those are old. That's happened a couple months ago and shit.
Sorry,
I just know that I subscribed, and I was waiting for new videos, and new videos never happened.
Well, okay, that's another point of contention. I'm leaving the brony fandom. There's just too much drama right now, and I'm like, I've seen you comment on Horse News. And then someone's like, you don't think he left because there's something else there? And then I got that other video of like his girlfriend, like, you know, outing him without knowing that they were doing it, being recorded. You know what's funny about the call is that fucking Bayfish's friends are going, oh yeah, no, it's not a big deal. You're the only person with the problem. That makes it worse. Fuck.
Aww.
Yeah.
You know what makes me sad? The fact that if we're comparing two degenerates in fandoms, the term "only a pedophile" is something used as a positive.
Did I say that?
No, I said that.
Okay.
Oh, they're only a pedophile. Oh, they're not so bad as this other person.
They're not as bad.
There was someone on Twitter.
No. Don't worry, guys. They're not as bad as the other guy. They're only a pedophile.
At least they don't. At least they don't torture dogs and rape them.
Exactly.
Literally.
Well, I mean, we don't know what these people do in their free time.
I mean, theoretically, Mixer Mike only took advantage of an autistic 15-year-old girl. That's, it's only. Only, yeah. Let's not talk about that. And then,
So, I have a Toon Critic-based question.
Go ahead.
Didn't you say at one point that he was moving into the furry fandom?
He's in the Sonic fandom. Does that count as furries, or is that just different?
The Sonic fandom is on a completely different level. That's just like Autism Central.
Yeah, no, he did originally try and sneak into the furry fandom, but then I had a friend who was spying on his
Wait,
ass.
does anybody know his name in the furry fandom? Because ever since this Toon Critic person's been brought up, I have seen a name called Toony something floating around.
No. Okay, so let me address two of those things.
What the fuck?
Hold it. One of them it's supposed to be some kind of tomorrow. Your today is not tomorrow, some shit like that. I think is it. He might have rebranded again, but there was some. When I mentioned the Toon Critic thing to. Do you know who Suit Yourself is?
Mm-mm.
He's anti-SJW. He goes after fucking pedophiles. Like, he's just a savage. Fucking love him. Got thrown off of the internet, came back. Fucking, how did he do it? He's like, oh yeah, if I do this for you, which I guess he got busy, and, channel went down, so I'm not holding him to it. But he's like, there's this other guy named Toon who's like anti-SJW. Could you mention in your videos that he's not this guy? And I'm like, oh yeah, no. I'm like, look, we don't know why this guy's getting flagged, but hopefully it's not you guys. So this Toon is not Toon Critic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I've just seen that name float around.
Is he got any content? Does he have any audio?
I mean, I've just seen him in like a Telegram chat, and I've seen screenshots of him in an alt-fur chat, and it's just like it's Toon something.
Do you have any pictures of his any pictures of his OC?
It's black and red. That's all I can say. I mean, I can see
I don't know. That's you've piqued my interest.
It's black and red. Here, let me see if I can see it.
I don't know, man. That would take a lot of. That's ballsy and stupid. That's fucking retarded. Jesus.
I think it's like a black body with red
Can you
hair
get me a copy of it?
I mean, black and red is pretty common edgelord color.
Okay, so between the Toon and the black and red.
Here, I'll just show a screenshot. And
you know what? Hold it.
I
have to be excused very briefly. Just give me a minute. I've been holding a pee forever.
So
I've been doing the same, so I'll come back in a bit.
All right. Well, they're gone. I'm just going to share this real quick. Toon Critic, his OC originally was a red and black pony.
Right. Let me see if I can find it. And
that's why we were like, "Ooh, you have our interest piqued."
And then it turned into a shittier version of that with a beard.
Yeah,
it was like a black. It was like a black body with like red hair or something.
And then it was like for a little bit there was like just fucking The World We Knew or some shit with some really bad. What was it? Was it a hippogriff?
Yeah, like
Griffin
for a while. When he tried to weasel back into
for a little bit, and then he just like left entirely.
Yeah.
If even.
So yeah, we're interested because black and white OC. I never met the man personally. Thank fuck. But honestly, I could see him being that stupid. Could you see him being that stupid, Step?
Yeah.
I'm on the hunt for right now. Like, does he ever like does his username or whatever like does he use like weird characters or letters or something?
I don't know. That would be a question for.
Is he a pro wrestling fan?
I've never talked to him. I've literally just seen his name float around.
Okay.
I've seen him in screenshots.
Just because, I know just because he has Toon in the name, just because he likes pro wrestling, just because he has red and black. After a while, you have to wonder. So if you could get me did you throw a picture of it in yet, or?
I'm looking for it right now. I know where to find it. It's just there's just a shitload of it.
That got juicy right when I was.
You have to go through all the other vlogs.
Like I know exactly.
You know what I know what I'm going to do if I find out this is Toon? I'm going to start off with that Toon Critic or that Dr. Wolf video about forgiveness, because holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. Fucking Mormon.
Please.
Fucking
please,
Mormon.
One of my childhood best friend was a Mormon.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop saying that.
No, like, I say that shit to her all the time. We still talk, and, like, she'll say something, and I'll be like, you fucking Mormon.
Mm.
And she's like, yeah.
The Mormons try and, like, start their own country.
I was about to say something really good. Well, Catholics don't forgive. I mean, we're supposed to, but we don't.
And just Greek god worshippers are really,
what even
really
are
petty.
Mormons? Are they, like, Christians? Are they...
What, Mormons?
Yeah.
They're
They believe when they die, God will expel all black people from existence. That used to be in their text.
Sign me up!
Mormon is a sect of Christianity, yes.
You know what? That just in the same way Muslims are. I'm gonna stop you right there. You know, that's a... Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
They believe that Jesus was a alien. So, not really?
Well, of course.
What were the names of those people who...
I thought that was Scientologists who believed that Jesus was an alien.
No, there was no Jesus in Scientology.
Anyway, wasn't there, like, one version of Christianity that believed that God created the earth and then left it alone?
I don't know what weird sci-fi stuff you watch.
No, like, there was, like, some kind of...
Yeah,
weird,
that
like,
form...
branch
that
of Christianity where people believe, like, it would help explain, like, evolution and stuff, or, like...
Yeah, my friend James believed in that form of Christianity.
I don't pay attention to heretics, so you're asking the wrong person.
Heretics.
Yeah.
So, Anthony.
What?
Would you consider Lutherans heretics? I mean, they are Catholic.
I mean, considering that they were the OG heretic, I don't even know
at
why
least
we're
we're not
having this.
Presbyterians.
You know what? You know what a half Jewish, half Presbyterian is? It's a pissy Jew.
Where's my
Okay,
Nazi?
I found it.
Where's my Aryan? I want to get...
I remember I got into it with Rocky when he was like, "Oh, I'm Protestant." I'm like, "You waspy motherfucker." That explains so much. You know how he became Catholic, right? He started LARPing and he liked it enough where he was going to stick with it. I'm like, we'll take you.
That's not how... Okay.
No, that's how it works in Rocky Land.
Fair enough.
Rocky's like, yeah, why not? We could use you.
Fair enough.
You could go on the front line, take the first bullet.
Once you become a Catholic, you never leave. You only become a bad Catholic.
Yeah. You could.
I mean, I went to
Hey
a.
guys, come over to Orthodoxy. We got a cool religion.
Go ahead.
I went to a Catholic high school. Does that count?
Sure. Is that when you became atheist? That's
See, now, I wouldn't... See, no, I'm not Catholic, so I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask that to F and GR.
Yeah, just asking. The closest I ever came to not believing was Catholic school. I got thrown out after a year, so that's why I still believe.
Catholics, fucking Sunday school in general.
I mean, our situation was weird, but they actually let atheists in. Like, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh?
Oh.
Oh,
Sorry,
Riley.
Brony Inspector just messaged me, and that does not happen.
Oh, is he asking to get in? It's a little late.
I don't know. He just sent me a message saying, "Yo, elf."
I'll just chuck him in. Fuck it. If we can't leave. Whoop. I don't know what the fuck he wants.
Oh no, we got
Neither do I. I'm curious.
Hi, Brony Inspector. We're talking to people who are hunting Kero the Wolf.
Yeah, no, that's a classic team up right there.
I guess you can say this is some good pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, no, you were, yeah, this is a good stream.
Okay,
right
so let's
here.
take a look at. You know what? Maybe I'm looking at that picture. Maybe.
Well, last time you thought someone was someone, you were not right about that.
Exactly.
But that looks a little.
Maybe.
I'm a little bit
sketchy.
more sold on this one. That thing with the cosplayer, though, this reminds me very much of that, where you were like, "Oh yeah, it's totally her," and then
we weren't streaming. Yeah, but one that was AZ, and two we weren't streaming that, so I never put it out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
If I did publish that, it's AZ who would get sued, so I'd be fine.
I apologized.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's good. That is definitely sus. That's some suspicious-looking shit right there.
So anybody?
XY666.
Yes.
If that is your real number.
You should ask that person next time you see him. Are you from the Chicagoland area? That would sink it. Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I ain't touching that.
Eh?
Please do.
Well, why you're
Please,
not?
just be like,
Is that, yeah, you got nothing to lose on that one. I mean,
please
you're
just,
pretty well insulated from the whole thing.
Yeah.
please just message them that and be like, also, are you a fan of pro wrestling?
Yeah.
Please give us this
No,
information.
now we're
alright,
getting too
alright,
hot.
alright,
We're getting
I'll
too hot.
Oh
It's gonna
God!
catch fire.
Brony Inspector, we're from the land of California. It's always on fire.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's our fault actually.
Have you by any chance ever petted a kitty?
The reason California is on fire is because of a 100-year Australian conspiracy where we gave you explosive trees.
Oh yeah, no, you
That's an
did. We had to remove all of them from Treasure Island. Thank you very much for those trees.
Yeah, it's Australia's got a good tradition of trolling.
I wish there's something
Well, I mean, you do
utterly
descend...
I
When
wish
was
there's
the
something
Australian
utterly
gold rush?
destructive to your landscape that we could figure out. Maybe like stoners or something like that. Like, is there something we can export
Hold on,
to
when was
Australia?
When was the Victorian gold rush?
1849.
Okay, and when was the California gold rush?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the California gold rush. 1849 was the California.
I thought of something you could.
Gold was discovered in California at Sutter's Mill in 1847.
If you want to destroy Australia, all you got to do is export a bunch of Californians here. Then we'll be doomed.
Dude, we don't even need to do that. Your country fucking loses their prime minister.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I know about your shit.
To
Who
Australia,
would win, a highly trained government or a bunch of miners?
You guys, if Californians went to Australia, they'd be taken over by dirty dishes within the year.
That is stupidly true. People in California don't fucking do their dishes.
No one does the dishes. Who does the dishes? You call someone to do it. I don't know.
I legitimately have not done my dishes in like over a month.
Of course you haven't, you filthy Californian. Now explain to me why you haven't. That's the most Californian thing to do.
Someone brought up the emu war.
Yeah.
You guys lost the emus.
Yeah, I just want to amend something. Yeah, it's pronounced emu.
Yeah, emu.
He's like, you'll not defame our lords and masters, our bird overlords.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
straight up, these motherfuckers went to war with emus, and they lost.
They had fully automatic weapons.
They lost to some birds.
Emus are pretty tough bastards, you know.
Emu Empire.
It's hard to take them down.
Wait, what do you... Andrew Hanger. I think it's time we found the... don't know what that word is. Council, and took matters into our own hooves once and for all. What is this guy talking about?
Cancer. But what's with Australia? What's with the Australian government and losing to inferior enemies? First, some undertrained miners, and then some emus. What the fuck?
Well, it's because everything's
how did they beat Japan?
It's because everything's upside down. It's the same reason why the Liberal Party is
it's all just upside down, man.
Emus are like those ostrich-looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like an ostrich, kind of.
Didn't you ever watch Hervey Birdman? They were on there once.
Yeah. Just making sure I got the right bird here. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't want to get into a fight with an emu. I'll get fucking like.
Oh hell no! Those guys are.
You guys had machine guns, and you lost.
I wouldn't want to go up to. I wouldn't want to go up against an emu with a machine gun. Like even then.
Yeah, because our country fucking lost.
Remember going to the ancient country of Australia, Hungary.
Of Australia, Hungary.
Yeah.
Austria, Hungary?
Austria. Oh, okay. Austrian, Hungary.
Austria.
I can't believe this has been a 2.5 hour stream.
Yeah, you Iron Man that. Or how many people have been on it?
There's like 50. There's 50 something right now.
It's gone as high as 70. So I'm assuming the view count will be pretty strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I miss all the good shit, man.
Yeah, you have to rewatch all the stuff about Kero.
Oh god, that's fucking. It was horrifying. We were measuring dick sizes on pedophiles, and I was like,
oh yeah, no,
we've got fluffle puff.
I jumped in. I was like, oh good, he pulled out the fluffle puff thing. That's some top drawer. We solved the mystery of why fluffle puff just left the fandom like that. Like, kind of closed the book on that one. Well, now we know why he fucking ran.
If he would have just stayed put, I would have been like the last person to fucking look at fluffle.
Oh, none would have been the wiser. Like, people would have been like, oh, that's so cute that you two were a couple in the fandom. No one would have done the math. Like, yeah, it would have just... But no, he had to fucking take off, and I did that dumb girl a favor.
Oh, this is the guy who recorded that call on fucking Bayfish, by the way. The Brony Inspector name isn't actually just a clever name, and he actually lives up to it, believe it or not.
Time to time.
We need a furry inspector. Well, I guess that's Medica, but...
Yeah.
Now I want to see fan art of Medicare who has a little badge that says Furry Inspector.
Furry Inspector.
You know, that's my dream.
The only fan art he has is of flamethrowing a bunch.
There is someone who drew him as like a mouse or some shit, I think, so...
Oh, God. Has anyone ever actually, like, made Medicare a persona and sent it to him?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've seen it on
he's
Twitter.
got. Look at how many people he's got watching him. Of course, that must have happened by.
Didn't he get
by
doxxed,
now?
or was that just all bullshit?
I think
Yeah,
it's
what
just-
was
It was all bullshit.
Yeah, it was pretty
all
funny
bullshit. Like, he
bullshit.
did that this morning. He did a stream on that
Crack
this morning.
addict Jedi.
He was making fun of Kiwi farms.
That was so
Yeah.
funny.
Okay,
This
that
always
was
is
The thing is that even if that was his real name, you know, it's like he cast it off so much that no one cares.
I'd have been bummed out if he would have left. I'd have been angry. I'd have been like, man.
Yeah, I would have been pretty upset too. Like,
Yeah.
I just like recently started.
You see
watching
Mundane
that, and I
Matt's
actually would've been
Patreon shoot up 4 times the next day. Look what you did, Kiwi. Look what you did. You
I mean,
empowered this fat fuck.
The same thing happened to Kero, actually. His Patreon is it's the highest it's ever been at the moment.
really?
Yeah.
Didn't
Holy
we discover?
shit.
Didn't we discover he's got like one Patreon paying like $45?
Yeah, I found that actually. It's like the difference of one patron was like $50 or
You
something
think
like that.
it's shut up money?
Yeah,
I
that
honestly
sounds like
rallying
someone
support.
with. That sounds like someone with a dog in the fight. Excuse the terminology.
Oh, no.
Well, would
You've
50
done good.
bucks-
Yeah, no, I'm sorry for that one. Oh shit. Anyway,
You've been you
Well,
done.
when I hear "shut up, money," I don't really. I think of numbers bigger than 50. Just saying.
I don't know if
I
you're paying
think
$50 a month. Furry's only got so much.
Stacks up, dude.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's like just trying
Maybe
to
it's
feel
not-
like he's still being supported.
Maybe
to be
it's not
honest.
hard capped at one patron dose. Maybe he could.
I
get
mean,
it for
there's nothing you can really hide at this point because we basically found everything is connected to. 939 per month. He lost $1 Patreon since the patron. Yeah, he lost $1 since the last time I checked. So
You know that
Didn't
when,
some people on Kiwi Farms actually pay $1 just to become a Patreon and see his shit?
yeah,
yeah, I saw someone who did that. Yeah.
just to let you
Someone's
know
like,
I mean,
they
hey,
chose me
that's
$1.
what people,
the Lolicon I showed you, he makes like $3K a month on Patreon.
God.
Oh my god.
Ah.
I am a big fan of illustration.
What I am,
Little girls
what that means,
getting-
And big girls.
what
yeah.
that means is that I.
Jesus.
I'm totally not a pedo.
Mhm.
No, no.
Don't say that. That makes you sound incriminating.
Me?
I was just,
Pedophile?
I was at least educated
Sorry.
enough to know what words to stay away from when it comes to anime. Like, I was just told the basic words to stay away from, and that's just what I've been going by.
Show tag, yeah, that's why you can click on that thing on eHentai that says show tag definition.
Ugly
That's
bastard.
why they warn you before all that stuff that you
On
might
the
look
really
at.
wrong ones, it says this is offensive towards all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why they warn you.
He knows the
That's
score.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Are you sure you want to look at this?
Yeah. This
Yeah,
folder has been deemed offensive to everyone.
I mean, unfortunately, E621 doesn't have the same thing. You got to find an actual image first and
You
then
gotta
find
Google
the definition. Yeah.
Gotta
Like, you can click the little question mark next to the tags and find out what they mean, but usually it's too late by then. You've seen.
No tag definition. It's way too late for that.
I'm just imagining Kira's response. Well, penis, you've got me into another sticky situation.
FNGR, are you reading your PM?
This is a classic to be continued game.
I've never even heard about E621 until someone told me my artwork ended up there, and I literally made an account just to have it the artwork taken down. It was put up by an admin. They basically didn't give a shit about my ticket or anything, and I got like super pissed because it's like, hey, I don't want my stuff up there, and they're just like, well, too bad.
Is your artwork safe, and may I see it if it is?
I've drawn adult content, but
do you
not
have some safe
getting degenerate level as the other stuff on there.
All right. Do you have any YouTube safe fan art that's like fan servicey?
Any what?
You got any YouTube safe stuff?
Yeah.
Do you have any art you would willingly show your children?
Bowsette, namely.
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Yes. Do you have any Bowsette? Yeah.
How you like that?
Remember,
you like
I took over. There's a rule. No Bowsette.
Yeah, I've seen.
You fucking bug man.
I just want to issue a statement on Bowser and say that Bowser is good as he is.
Right.
My God. We don't need to know what you're into, man.
Have you seen the Bowsette on the Nintendo screen?
That's the limit. Is really, after all we've been talking about, that's the limit.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. See, someone edited it into the game.
Why?
It exists. Step, you can't deny it anymore.
It's a meme in the first place.
It's canon.
It's literally the worst meme of 2017 or 2018.
You don't even know what year it is. God's damn.
Well, you're just speculating.
Is it the far off year of 2005?
Yeah, it's awfully. I mean, we got over 2 months left in the year, so you are solely speculating on whether that is the worst meme or not.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
No. You know the way is the worst one. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
What?
The worst thing would have to be just anything to do with Fortnite.
Anything from Reddit.
Any of those
Knuckles got pretty bad for a minute.
Step, I think the worm meme I sent you yesterday is the worst meme of 2018.
Okay.
I mean, the Uganda Knuckles was bad.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta admit.
I thought that was 2017.
Do you know
was it 17 or 18?
I thought it was 17.
Mm.
Do you know the way?
The only good thing about that meme was that the fact that what's that? The Ugandan film studio actually acknowledged the meme. That was the only good part about it.
Wasn't it like reverse? Yeah, they reversed Tommy Wiseau that like somehow they owned the shitty thing they made.
I unironically love Wakali Wood. So good.
Anyway, I feel like anyone running around with a camera, like making low quality cinema like that, is probably like they're more into their craft than like Hollywood and like any big movies that can get made. Like those people are way more dedicated to making movies than like, we're gonna make $1 million. It's gonna be a blockbuster that's gonna entertain it's gonna have all the smash hit stuff. Like you know. The studio knows they're gonna make a movie again. Like big Hollywood studios know they're gonna make another movie no matter what. Like when you see like little tiny like handmade movies like that, it's like, wow, these guys really just hand to mouth on these, making these fucking movies out there. So like I definitely dig that kind of.
I think that's the appeal of Hollywood. Really is that it is a passion.
Wasn't there that one what was it, Saving Captain Alex?
Who killed Captain Alex?
Who killed Captain Alex?
I want to hear the version without that shitty voiceover.
The voiceover that
they are killing us.
I think it makes it funnier, to be honest.
It's so good.
Why are there so many needles next to this lizard?
Hold on. Which is better, The Room?
Notice I mentioned Wiseau a minute ago. Like,
Who Killed Captain Axe is way better because it's a real passion project and it's actually really fun to watch.
I don't know, man. I feel like Tommy Wiseau poured his heart and soul.
The room is also fun to watch, but it's a situation where you're laughing at incompetence. You're not laughing you could look at Who Killed Captain Alex and say that's it's a shitty film, but it's like I said, it's a passion.
Well, I think they're two really good things to compare back to back because they are things that both get super memed. Like we could all go, "Oh, hi, Mark," and we would know what we're memeing
safe
right
to click
now.
on?
I did not hit
so
that.
Which one's better?
Yeah,
Captain
it's
Alex
safe.
or the room?
Okay.
It's safe. The picture's safe.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I want to lean towards the room.
I didn't know what to pick. I just picked something.
Okay.
Captain Alex has bad action sequences in it, which the room can't say it has anything like that.
There's somewhat of an action scene.
Kind of. I wouldn't call it. It's not on the same level as the as Alex though.
Yeah, her, pushing someone against a wall, dude. Fucking.
Well,
You're tearing me apart, Mark.
Those are very intense emotional scenes.
Fucking helicopter.
Do you ever watch Do you ever watch H Bomber Guy? He was sitting there analytically breaking down Control Alt Delete, and just randomly in the video he switches over to talking to Tommy Wiseau's room.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm showing this to Bunch.
That
She's
is
like,
incredible.
did you click the video differently? I'm like, no, that's what's going on now.
No, he's gonna tell us about the room.
He's gonna analytically break it down, and it wasn't just bullshit. I'm like, oh my god, he had a point. You think I'm kidding?
No, I believe it. That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Well, what have you seen Captain Alex FNGR?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay, that's where the line "Do you know the way" comes from.
Okay.
It's not actually said in the film. It's,
but essentially where it comes from. That's the closest origin we can meme research has found, as it were.
Yeah. It's like that.
Why are we still going? I don't know. I was thinking about sneaking out at and it was an hour and a half, and I'm like, I'll wait till it's a solid 2, and then now we're 2:50.
I was questioning why we're analyzing memes.
We're actually comparing two movies to one another.
I was so
technically speaking.
It gets the taste of dog semen out of our mouth.
Ugh.
Thank you for that mental image.
Sorry.
Have you ever Googled with it? Imagine it. Imagine the texture. Imagine the texture swishing around and culminating and caramelating.
See, I've heard it tastes like Cheetos.
Now imagine that semen has gone bad.
Now I have a question.
Fox made that
I
up.
have a question for this.
No, I got one for you. No. Did you ever hear the story from Horse News about the Rainbow Dash stuff in the jar of cum?
Yeah.
And it got stuck. It got stuck on the jar. It got stuck on the radiator, and it got ruined. And I'm like, it got ruined. What the fuck were you trying to do?
Yeah, it was. Dude, I was actually in a chat with that guy who had that jar.
That jar is an ancient brony artifact, sir. I'll have you know.
Right, that jar is if you can get that and the KP Docky with the hole in it and the stolen bad dragon chants from the there's these 5 brony artifacts that if you can get them at one party at the right time, then the catalyst.
Stones. You put them inside the Lyra plushie, and then you become a super brony.
He knows the legend.
Be placed inside the Lyra plushie. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I used to watch that. I used to watch everything.
Oh God!
I'm in the know with a few things.
Fucking hell!
I suddenly don't want to go back on my Netflix.
Yeah, you do. This all started because you're talking
pour
about...
one out for Horse News, speaking of which.
They're back up.
Yeah. It's back up.
Yeah.
Really? Good.
Yeah,
I knew it was just a Halloween prank. No, it's not. Server not found.
Well, no. Last time I looked over there, they were covering Victor Vortex.
Yeah, no, that was the last. I think that was their last thing. I just clicked on it. Server not found.
Okay, I'll check it later.
Yeah, pour one out for horse news. .net, not there.
Nope, that sucks. no offense, I'm just mostly tired because we've been talking for.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, pour one out for horse news. That's all there is.
I'm so lost when it comes to the brony fandom.
The what? What's going on? You were saying, Grizzly?
You were saying?
Oh, I was just saying I'm just so lost when it comes to the brony fandom. I don't understand anything about it. I mean, I just have one person.
We rip everything off, and then we push ourselves down everyone's throat, like you guys, but like a little bit better, or worse, depending on who you ask. Yeah.
I literally know one person. I know one person in real life who's a brony, and
So
I guess he's like a huge deal on Second Life, and that's the only person ever. I've got
so just imagine, like, if there's something of it that exists, there's a brony version, for example. There's something called the Trotting Dead. There's Fallout Equestria. There's
Fallout Equestria.
Yeah.
What? Why?
And it's like as big as the Bible if you printed it all out. So,
what the hell?
Yeah.
What about the Bible?
Oh, Fallout Equestria. It's a very thick book with beautiful illustrations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorgeous illustrations in it, I must say. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, Darkus, shouldn't you go to bed?
Why can't you just enjoy Fallout in its own thing?
No, SDS Darkus is in the chat, and I'm asking whether or not he should go to bed.
Oh, I mistook Starkus for Stepius. You fucking bug man. Jesus.
Why is everyone mixing up my favorite bug man with Darkus?
Nobody likes you, Darkus.
Line for cake frame. Ha 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 ha. Good one, guy.
What'd they say?
Bernie's got drama and pedos. And
Kid wants to can. I'm reading chat.
Nice.
Someone said, well, Kero and political stuff.
Okay.
In the furry fandom.
Is it because of his little locker room joke?
It was just locker room talk.
It was just locker room talk.
We can do anything we want in a locker room. This is a well-known fact, man.
Just talking about, raping dogs and shit. It's just locker room chat.
It was just locker room talk. Huge.
Yeah.
Make America great again.
Just joking with the boys here.
I'm still on the fence of calling Kero a. I don't know if I want to go.
Oh, the dildo is back.
Oh, what? What?
Your dildo went off again.
Mm.
Oh, jeez.
That was a vibrator, not a dildo.
Oh, you're
totally
right.
different sex toys, dude.
Yeah, just keep it in the drawer like I do.
Oh, come on.
She can't do that. She's a mother.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Can't go through a drawer.
I'm actually. Oh my God. I'm still adjusting to the whole mom thing, but
can we call you Tyrael since you're a mom and a furry? Is that the name of that one goat mom thing from fucking Undertale?
I am not Toriel.
I don't know Undertale.
Toriel?
Yeah.
I've just seen.
Did I say it right or what?
I've just seen art of it. I don't like it. I don't know anything about Undertale.
I'm trying to picture it. I know that I made Waffles give me all the Undertale spoilers once at a really boring convention where we had nothing better to do but have him explain what happens in Undertale to me.
Yeah.
But I guess there's a lot of characters everyone loves.
Yeah.
What's the one you're referring to?
Toriel is goat mom.
Yep, that's the goat that you're not supposed to kill at the beginning, but people accidentally do.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're not supposed to kill anything.
In Undertale, you can either go a pacifist or a genocide.
No, I know. Waffles explained all that to me.
Oh,
I know.
Shit, that's a video. I did not know that was a video. I thought that was a picture. Oh, I'm trying to drop a picture of me doing a furry cosplay while I happen to have my elf ears on.
Well, apparently, I did a poll on Twitter a little while ago, and I was asking people, because I had people on Kiwi Farms, LolCow, and on Twitter all call me a guy, which I could totally understand where that comes from, I guess, with the grizzly thing. But as soon as I said, nope, I'm a female, and I'm a mom, they were just like, what? And then ever since then, I've been called just Angry Bear Mom or just Bear Mom. Or Grizzly.
Yeah, that's we've all got our own nicknames.
Mama
like,
Bear. Like Mama Bear, pretty much. Yeah.
The CSI motherfucker. I'm
It's
Saint
Fox.
Thomas Aquinas. Yeah.
I have
What was
a
that
buddy
line from
who-
Anchorman? We woke the mama.
I have
Where
a buddy.
The bears are coming out from the San
I have
Diego
a-
Zoo.
This Grizzly thing wasn't even supposed to be taken seriously. Like, I just made an alternate Twitter and just picked the animal that I thought, hey, you know what? Why not? It's cool, you know, Mama Bear jokes, you know, Grizzly Mom, whatever. And I just kind of got attached to it. And everyone's all like, you know what? You're really living up to it. And I'm like, yeah, you know, just going around,
Well,
you know,
one of my
taking
best,
out zoo sadists and murdering people.
one of my best artists is named Bubba Boo, and she's like, the only reason I went by Bubba because I knew people won't hit on me.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see.
There
yeah.
we go.
Bubba's art's tight. I want to get a badge of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, someone in our chat actually drew my character, so that's the first piece of art I ever got. Can I share it?
Sure.
It's Aussie Burb. It's Aussie Burb.
Here, I'll send mine
Aussie
too, for.
Yeah, Aussie Burb.
I like.
Oh, that is cool.
God damn it. Stupid charger.
This is from Bubba Boo. I'll post the one from freaking for Dr.
I have
Wolf.
not seen that art yet. I love it.
What do you think? That's
I
my
love it.
yeah.
Whoa.
Allow me to explain. So there's this brony named Dr. Wolf. I do not like him. This is a parody that I do on my channel called Dr. Wolf. That makes fun of the
Oh god.
Yeah.
Don't bring up Wolf. Oh,
Yeah, I get nauseous anytime I hear that.
No, Brony Inspector, could you do like the cuck thing?
Yeah.
the forgiveness thing,
Well,
please?
Forgiveness is very...
Yeah, like, oh man, but before I do that, like, I had forgotten what he had gotten mad at his boss for, and I was like,
For
wait, it was
firing
like
him over money or some
unemployment
shit?
money?
Yeah.
Yeah, unemployment money? That was it?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Well, I mean, he is this money grubbing asshole.
Yes, no, I know, but I'm like, what an asshole!
6 months of unemployment he screwed me out of. Sure, I had another job lined up, but I was trying to milk the system.
Like that's what you were pissed over, dude?
Yeah, and that was your big excuse for people. Yeah, Dr. Wolf's big excuse.
Forgiving Toon Critic was getting screwed out of unemployment money?
Yeah, what an
When you technically weren't unemployed.
Oh god, what a jack off!
Forced me to resign from my job, resulting in me not getting any unemployment. Like, that's why we need to forgive pedophiles, I guess. I don't know. Shit, I'm grasping at straws here. We were trying to sweep this thing under the rug. I didn't think I'd need to come out and say anything.
I swear to God, if I would have been sitting next to him with a beer mug in my hand, I'd have busted out all his teeth right there on the spot. Just going boom.
Well, on top of
Yeah.
Just to give Kero, he didn't do nothing.
that I didn't get my unemployment, he was at my house every night for that 6-month period, giving it to my wife while I could only sit by and watch.
Oh my god. So I have a question.
Does
for
he
Dr.
really sound
Wolf.
like that?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, and he is affecting his voice. He doesn't actually talk like that. It just fucking works on people, so he does it, and it's fucking bullshit.
Dr. Wolf, I have a question.
Oh, you with your questions. Is it going to be about me, or is this one actually about you? Because I'm supposed to be helping others, and I can't if everyone just keeps asking me what I think about things.
I have a question about myself. So I recently have moved out of my house in the remote part of a forest in the remote mountains, and now I am living in human society. What is your best advice for how I should go about integrating into human
You
society.
you should download on BitTorrent every episode of Sheep in the Big City, watch the show and absorb its message. And then, after you've completed and edited a 5-part analysis series on Sheep in the Big City, you should post it to YouTube, get a Patreon going, and hope that that pays the bills for the rest of your life.
Is that what you did?
Guys, you're just gonna get shit advice. That's the whole joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was it. I think you kept it going as long as you could.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
If you had
I loved
followed
it.
that advice, you'd be straight fucked right now.
Oh, shit.
I love how my
That was the
response
best
was,
thing
is
I've
that
heard
what you
all-
did?
Oh, goddamn.
You're too easy, Anthony.
I am.
You know
That voice just puts me on edge every time.
No, I know you can't.
I know.
You can't get enough.
It's because I really hate the motherfucker.
I know.
I know. It's whenever Lily Pete goes, can you believe that there's people who hate? Yeah, I do. I don't feel bad about it either. Yeah,
That's super easy to
I know.
believe.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you're exactly talking about me, and you're right.
Right. Like, people hate fake-ass motherfuckers? Really? That's a thing that people do? I never thought that. Weird.
Well, I mean, if Lily can't comprehend that, then I think we understand why Lily doesn't comprehend why she has people who hate her.
A fake-ass motherfucker doesn't understand why people could hate another fake-ass motherfucker. Like,
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
That's what I was getting at.
Uh,
Thank you for explaining this, Dr. Wolf.
Yeah.
Little punk.
Please no wolf.
I'm with you there, dude.
Okay, sorry. If we're triggering you, I apologize.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
It's just anybody who's familiar with the thing and
Okay,
wolf
I'll
and
take it
oh
out.
god, it's nightmares.
Wolf is Satan.
We
I
did
actually-
bad.
I actually have the same birthday as Wolf, so that's been unfortunate.
Yeah, I forgot you said you shared a birthday with
that's so
Satan.
great.
Yeah.
He is evil incarnate. I'm not even kidding. But you know what? I don't know if he's just super smart playing dumb, or he is literally dumb as fuck. Like,
so
for-
he's
for
like
this-
Vaphod Beetlebrox?
Like, you know, I think that a lot of times people who are dumb are still really good at protecting themselves. Like, it's the one thing they're good at, kind of thing.
I mean, self-preservation, you know.
Right,
so-
right. Well, yeah, exactly. Like
Ross?
provided they're not really concerned with how they look to other people, so seeming dumb or seeming smart is not a priority for them. Protecting themselves is their only priority.
Oh yeah,
So,
he was trying.
That does not come as a surprise to me that this person is coming off as dumb. My guess is that they are likely calculating a lot of their moves that they're making right now. As always.
Maybe Wolf, but Snake Thing and Kero, they're definitely, just stone fucking retarded.
Yeah, they are. But the thing is, when I was talking to the police officer about Snake Thing, one thing that was floating around in what was it, Locale or Kiwi Farms or something. But anyway, so this got around somehow, and because I guess I had shared it, or it was, I don't know, it was taken on contact or something. But his first impression of all of this, when I first made contact with him, is that this was literally a bunch of cyber bullies, like, preying on an innocent autistic man, because Snake Thing has autism.
Yeah,
you know what's weird is I always feel like I had heard that name Snake Thing before all this happened, though I cannot. I cannot for the fucking life of me remember where from or how.
Yeah, like I remember.
Well, before this he went by Nelazar, so that's probably.
Nelazar, yeah.
He didn't really use Snake Thing before now.
Well,
I'm not sure.
All right, yeah, I just feel like it was a name I had heard in passing or directly, but I can never remember where or in what capacity.
I just
it just
remembered.
felt familiar.
What
I just remembered where I heard Snake Thing from. So someone who I used to be friends with, who was a year younger than me, that was their username for a while.
Ugh.
I
Are they from Oregon?
No, actually, they live in California.
Good.
So coincidental then.
Yeah, it was just a coincidental thing.
Okay.
Ooh, my best friend just joined the chat in the stream. Hi, Glow.
Nice. Jesus. This is 3 hours. You're right. It is, Ben.
Yeah,
You
I
did it.
think it's time
Yeah.
for Anthony Aguilar to go to bed.
Yeah, you Americans need to go to bed. I got the rest of the afternoon.
I was
Like
waiting
only
for
10
I was waiting
o'clock.
for our guests to tell me to fuck
It's only
off.
10 o'clock. What?
Yeah, I know.
I'm a West Coaster, though. It's the earliest it could possibly be here.
Same.
There have been some other people I've wanted to talk to, but my guests were nice enough to come on to talk to me. It's a good. I thought about trying to lure Cathorax into the stream, but I'm like, what if he asks?
Cathorax doesn't want to.
Yeah,
deal with this
he's
shit
burnt
anymore.
out about this. He's really done with it.
I felt like I felt like if I had the right hook, which I didn't have, I could have got him.
There's a magical elf in the
thing
stream.
is that Cathorax has had to deal with Kero's
There'll be
bullshit.
punch and pie. Yeah, we didn't have
it's
punch and
just-
pie.
Yeah.
It's just been an ordeal for him, It's I'd say just
Especially
leave
after
it.
the logs were leaked between him and Kero and Zosh.
Who was that again? Was it? Are we allowed to say who leaked him? Was it?
Sure.
I mean,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
that'd
the
be
real
great.
No,
yeah.
I was asking Grizzly.
you might as well. I mean, they're out, and it's not like
Because
there's a real name, but
I remember seeing on Kiwi Farms as well. So I think it's public now, but it was actually Zoe Fox who leaked those.
Koth sent 2 copies of the script and everything, and the logs. One of them was to Ashley Zovox. She personally gave one of these logs to a user on Twitter that was going hardcore Kero defender, and he posted them, and they just went crazy. She actually thought this was gonna make Koth look bad, and it was gonna clear Kero's name, but it literally just made it 10 times worse for him. And Koth got a lot of backlash, mainly not for as much of the logs, but mainly because he made a Twitter post saying I was totally kind of wrong about Dogpatch and Dio, and I just want to say I'm sorry. You guys are great people, and he got so much backlash for that because he just admitted that okay, you guys aren't as bad as everyone said you are, and people are just freaking ugly and just attacked him for it.
Look. No. I don't really know. I've had some people tap me on the shoulder about Patch. The one with the furry with the news site.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean he's an
indeed.
okay guy. He's an okay guy.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
he's been-
I haven't looked into it myself, but I've heard things.
Well,
I can only just go from personal experience on my side.
Yeah, no,
I
and
don't know
I
anything about
talked to
the
him
rest of
briefly on Twitter. Seemed okay at a brief glance, but I'm not about to put my neck out there. Seems like he could be an okay guy. I don't know.
my interactions with him have been pretty positive. They've I read a preview of his the article, his the follow up article of the Zeus headers and stuff, and I thought it was really good. So
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't got to see that yet.
And I've never met Dio, so I can't really give comment.
Yeah,
on
I don't
that.
even know who that is.
No.
Oh, she's the devil, apparently. Her and Dogpatch and, was it Doc Wolverine and Boozy Badger, apparently the leaders of the furry Illuminati.
Illuminati, that's what it's called.
Illuminati.
Oh, Woominati. Oh, that's a good one. Good one.
It's Illuminati.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I haven't talked to Dio very, very briefly.
I hate how much I like that. God damn it.
Oh, wait until you see how it's spelled.
I can see it in my head. I
put it.
Yeah.
In the.
God damn it!
It was visible.
God damn it! I hate how much I like that.
Yeah, there's some people in the chat as well who've made the remark. Patch has called a lot of people. Is the kind of leftist who likes to call people Nazis when they don't agree with them, and I'm like, oh, those are those people are.
I haven't spoken to him about that, but
yeah. Well, look, he hasn't done it to me yet.
We agreed that Kay, we're just all on level ground, and we're not gonna bring politics into this when we were doing our thing and we were talking.
Okay. I just get a little edgy about that because I've had a couple people say that to me.
No, you're fine. No, I was talking to Patch.
Yeah, no, I'm just stating for the record. Half Mexican, can't be a Nazi, been called a Nazi several times. It's very annoying. Very obnoxious.
I don't even really get where this whole Nazi thing even started. It just popped up one day, and then I saw this Foxler guy, and it just kind of, I just kind of kept seeing it escalate from there.
Okay, I can explain it. I'm assuming the left got tired of being called social justice warriors, and they're like, okay, what's something we could call the right to fuck with them? Let's all call them Nazis. Yeah.
The same thing we've been calling them for decades.
What?
The same thing they've been calling the right wing for decades. Yeah, because they can't be original.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the right wing. Now the right wing has
when that term had been watered down to just mean someone who was a hard ass about rules, like the Seinfeld bit, the soup Nazi.
The soup Nazi.
I liked that brief period in the '90s where Nazi was just being used to be like, come on, grammar Nazi, don't correct me. Like, but nowadays you can't even use it like that anymore. It's bullshit. Like, that word had a heyday for a minute, and now it's just back to being just fucking ass.
Yeah.
Well, I'll share what I think about the whole Nazi phone alt thing, because I've already said this lots of times in our little chat, but I've always considered them to be the prime targets of mockery. They're there to be laughed at because they're dirty.
You're just like, you're being a dick about something. Oh, call him a Nazi.
Yeah. I mean, like, Nazi furries. I mean, just the idea, it's just funny. You see that image of all the fursuiters in front of the Nazi flags, and you can't just I can't hold it.
Someone actually brought that up because someone actually found that picture. Apparently, that picture was taken in a museum. Did anybody else see that? Yeah, I guess they were talking about because who was involved in that?
One of them had an armband, didn't they?
It was Beetle Cat or something. I don't know, but there was like 3 fursuiters or something, and they were standing in front of a Nazi flag or something like that, and everyone thought it was this person's like personal bedroom with like all this Nazi stuff all over the place, but it was actually in a museum. I remember reading a thread about it, and they were actually showing pictures from the museum trip. I think it was Beetle Cat that was involved in that, or Beast Club or something. I don't remember.
I'm looking at the picture now. No, that they didn't have armbands actually.
That's in a museum.
I mean, that just brings up the question of why would you bring a fursuit to a museum?
Right. That's the thing. Like, if I were the curator or even just like one of the docents at a museum, if I worked at a museum and I saw a gang of furries, I would just see them and just be like, only way they're doing this is if they all buy the fucking Walkman headset tour thing. Like, I'm gonna boy, I hope they prepaid for this group rate, because if they just waltzed in here like this, like that must have taken a couple emails on their part to set that up. If they went through a fucking museum with potentially sensitive World War II stuff in it, with their suits on, like that's a bold move.
I don't know. I just
show
I
some
saw that it just came out
I get that. Like, this. I'm not taking my tail off. This is who I am now, Mom and Dad. I'm a furry and a history major. Like, I get that, but like, show some fucking respect. If you want to do a group meetup and go to this museum, like, that's all cool. But like, how the fuck are you even gonna look at this shit through a fucking suit? Like, oh, let me look through my fucking follow me mesh eyes and hope that I can get a good look at these fucking artifacts. Like, you are just doing that for the fucking photos, and that's it. Like, that's bullshit.
I mean, I'm looking at the picture now, and it looks like a bedroom. Like, the window in the back room looks like exactly.
If that's a museum, what a load of shit. Like, some guy can't just collect Nazi shit and call his house a museum. That's also bullshit.
Yeah, I think it was a section of the museum. Like, it was like World War.
Hey, I've heard Marilyn Manson collects his Nazi stuff, so I mean, what could be...
Oh God, Marilyn Manson. Flashbacks to being a teenager and hearing about his
dude I knew in San Francisco was the fucking personal butler of a dude who owned one of Hitler's armbands, and he had it in a glass fucking case in his living room.
Why?
Well, look, look. I'm a history major. I would be like, okay, that. I know it'd be morbid.
It is morbid, but don't worry, Anthony. As a history major and someone who might likely get a chance to see this, because when this old man dies, his house will be converted into a public open to the public history museum in San Francisco. Like he's slowly converting his home into a museum, and then when he dies, it'll just be a turnkey museum. And you'll be able to see the armband if you want.
Nice.
Yeah, I just found that picture on Google Images.
So I guess I take back what I said about not being able to call your house a museum. If you actually put the work into it, I guess you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that thread. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it. I can't find it anywhere.
I guess this is going a while. Do you reckon it's time to wrap this all up?
Okay, yeah, no, I've been trying to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had a wonderful time, everybody.
No, I've been
no one
stretching this out.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know how the fuck we got on the Nazi. All right.